everyone. Welcome back to the Jenny Monday Club here with me, Jenny Kirk, and you're all brilliantly welcome. I hope you find you well, and well, don't we just live in interesting times? Just had hot off the press news that Alexandra Palace exhibition is cancelled. That is official, following on from the Cobra meeting earlier on today and the briefing that they give the press. So pretty much everything's getting cancelled. Kind of suspected it would happen, but we've now got the final confirmation of that. So what's going to be happening? Well, I'm hoping to be doing something in conjunction with, I think it's Rails of Sheffield on Saturday, and that will be a kind of an alternative to Alexandra Palace. The idea behind this is Rails are hoping to get some exclusive offers going, so anybody who is looking to go to Alexandra Palace and to spend some money on some goodies and have money burning a hole in their pocket, we're hoping to put together something so that at the very least you can pick up some bits and pieces, mail order. So there is still stuff going on. We've also got over on Facebook virtual model railway exhibitions going on, and it's great to see the community pulling together in a time like this. Now let's have a look at the chat room. Let's see how everybody's doing. Well, we've got quite a lot of people. Gosh, 50 people already. Anybody would think that you will have this time and date in your diary. But let's have a look. We've got Faversham International, Kent Train fan. Hi to you guys. Stephen at Oxborough, J94, Cyber, Jeff1. Get the Q1 going. Hey, come on, calm down. I've got some stuff going around. The Q1 may come out and play later on, but let's have a look now. What else we got? Combat Bunny says, "Wow, spam alert." Spam. Spam, beans and spam. The Cupboard Monkey's currently trying to set up the sound level. So
yeah, that hissing that just happened. Sorry about that. I'm trying to sort out the weird distortion noise, and that ended up. So it's still not quite right.
I thought that we'd.
No, we haven't.
We just. I know that when we did the live stream last night, the trains going. Whole evening to you. Am I coming through okay?
You're coming through fine. There's noise on the line, and that's the problem. And I'm trying to deal with it, so don't worry.
Could it just be the jack cable going into the computer that's dirty?
I don't know what it is. I'm trying. Well, that didn't sound right, does it?
What did you do there?
Give me a sec. I'm trying my best, Jen. Just keep going.
Okay. Mike O'Brien, evening to you. Gary Lewis says that's a load of breakdowns. Yeah, and actually, as you've seen in the title, we've alluded to this on last night's stream about a really long breakdown train. So you'll see coming round, bang on cue, to the left of me, with brake vans.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I accidentally pressed the wrong button.
What?
A train with brake vans, was that it?
Yes, a train with brake vans. Did you just cut off
I
the sound?
accidentally just, yeah.
Okay, let's do that again. From the top, yes. You're a tiger. You're Tony the Tiger. You're great. Right. Train of breakdowns. Yesterday we alluded to this, and overnight I have dug out. It's not actually all my brake vans, but if you guys want to count them during the stream, we'll have a straw poll as to how many there actually are. There's no great prizes to be won or anything, just the smugness of having counted correctly. So that is just a complete train of brake vans. Every single brake van in that train is different from each other. And I do have, let's see now, 2, 3, I can think of 4 brake vans in my collection that are actually missing from this, what's the word, cornucopia of brake vans. Oh, I do love a good big word. Cornucopia, write that down, Cupboard Monkey, we'll use that again sometime. So this is really kind of, I felt I felt the need to do a video response in some degree. There's a video I saw on the internet. It's like, is this the biggest train of freight vans in the world? And I think he got 23. So I'll tell you now, there's somewhere over 50 in that train. So Adams Railway, hi to you. Richard Swiderski, hello everyone. Jenny and Zoe. Dundee Road, great to see you.
No, it's not the issue with the car. Look, it's steady now, and it shouldn't be like that.
So what, are we on or are we not?
I don't know.
Sorry about this. Basically everything was working fine until we hit go.
You talk and see what happens.
Hello, 1212.
Right, this is on an 8-second delay, so we'll...
1212, can you hear me?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Am I actually coming through at all? Right.
I hate it when it does this. What the hell?
can hear a little, very faint, but can hear you. Right. There but quiet, like a faraway mic. Sound back but low.
Yeah.
We've got like next to nothing on there.
Yeah, nothing's coming through. Right, so is anything coming? Can you look at that? That's what you have to look for. Not on this. What's coming on
Right,
there?
1 2 1 2. Can anybody hear me now? This was working absolutely fine until we hit stream, and then we are suddenly being beset by amazing. Yeah, is there a complaints department? Says Peter Philibrown. Yeah, Michelle Penny says sounding like feedback from something. Charleston Eastgate says evening all. What have I just switched on to? Thought my speakers had blown.
It's no, your speakers haven't blown. This is an orbs problem because earlier on we couldn't get any of the stuff going, and then all of a sudden we couldn't get any of the cameras going, and now we're having problems with the sound, and we didn't change anything.
This is the
All I
thing.
did was turn off the noise filter, but when I've turned that back on, it hasn't changed anything.
I hear a lot of hiss.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to filter out.
Can I suggest that it could be the microphone?
There.
That's a lot better. What did you do?
I turned the filter back on.
Which filter?
The noise filter.
Interest, right. Brilliant, says Rupert Cars. Dundee Road, it got better. Gary Jones, sound okay now.
Right, I'm not touching anything now.
Yeah,
You have to just deal with this. If this happens again, I'm going to slap it until it works. But I think we've got it. So let's hope.
Yeah, trains in the garage. Absolutely good advice. Leave as is now.
Yeah.
Don't fiddle with it. Right. Anyway, right. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch. Sorry about that, everybody. Having a lot of issues. So basically, the main issue.
The soundboard's got coronavirus. I have terrible jokes. I can't help it.
Yeah,
I am
sorry.
just
House rules. No talk about virus.
new talk about virus. Okay,
Well, I can because I spread the news.
he spread something.
Yes.
She does spread something.
Anyway, right. Anyway,
Put your.
meanwhile, back at the ranch now. The cupboard monkey has stopped messing with the electric.
Hey, if I hadn't, you'd have had distortions and blur all the way
Yeah.
through. And your tonight's video would have been sponsored by a Vuvuzela.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you let everybody know that the sound issues have been resolved. Right. Anyway, going back. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
It's only taken us a quarter of an hour, don't worry.
this was working fine yesterday, and all it's like, I'll make it better. I'll get rid of that weird little far away noise that nobody really noticed yesterday.
The noise that everyone was complaining about yesterday.
Oh, look, I complain at free porn. Yeah. Right. Today's beverage.
Matthew Stevens is saying no sound at all.
Oh.
I can hear.
Leslie Gilpin says, "Aren't you supposed to be 2 meters apart?" And so we see. We're as good. Yeah, we're basically, if one of us goes down, we're taking the other one with us.
Well, in most cases, you're supposed to be more than 2 meters apart. However, when the news came in about everything going off, we'd fallen asleep on the sofa. So we've got it. Basically, if one of us has got it, we've both got it.
Yeah, look, anyway, Ron Stanbridge says, no Ali Pally. Yeah, as I said right at the beginning, I don't know how much of that got through the buzzing. Alexandra Palace, hot off the press, Alexandra Palace has been cancelled, along with a lot of other events. I think what we're going to see now is all model railway exhibitions are going to be finito. For the time being, I'm guessing a lot of things like preserved railways are going to shut down as well.
I would expect so, yeah.
We live in unprecedented times. I can't think of the last occasion when something like this happened in the UK, and certainly I guess those of you elsewhere in other countries as well, probably, yeah, not really in living memory known anything like this. Adams Railway says, loving the cough.
For the people that are saying no sound, I can hear it.
I can't think. And that's coming via the internet, isn't
Yeah,
it?
listen, I'm checking here from the same sound that you're getting.
Ooh, one moment. Whilst we've been doing that, a locomotive has deceitfully chosen this moment to stop working.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Jen. We're going to have technical issues with that stuff all night, I think.
Yes. Right. So yeah, Alexandra Palace is cancelled.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything else is going to be. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to recap everything because I don't know just. Oh God, I'm looking at the delayed picture. My word, I've got a big fat bottom.
We got a gratuitous ass cam.
Yes.
You know, if you get up again and I'm paying attention, I'm going to nick that seat.
Gary Lewis says Great Central Railway model event is cancelled. Yeah, I saw that as well. Trains
This
in the
does
garage.
not surprise me.
North Yorkshire Motor Railway still planning to open in April. A lot of these things will be subject to change. We all hope it's going to be over fairly quickly, but just don't travel without checking in advance. James Wareham says Epsom and Ewell Nescott show is also cancelled. Yeah, Fat Wallet Boy 2, it is a shocker. So, yeah, RailX cancelled, Heritage Lines shutting, J94. Combat Bunny says, don't touch, it's all fine. Okay. Right, so basically, I'm going to recap everything because I don't know how much got out over the weird electronica garbled effects. Yeah.
Do you want me to recreate it for those who weren't here?
No. That's what every time she eats beans, that's what I hear. But basically, next Saturday we're planning an event. I'm hoping to do. That's something very squeaky.
No, this is me checking the. Oh, that is the train. Yeah, you've got a train that's listening now.
Yeah, weird squeakiness. Right, on Saturday, let me speak about this because otherwise I'll go off on a tangent and not do it. Right, we've got planned with Rails of Sheffield. I wonder why is it suddenly making a weird noise?
I don't know.
Rails of Sheffield and I have got planned. I will get round to telling you in a moment. Right, on Saturday, hoping to do an event, a live stream event with Rails of Sheffield. The idea being, for all those people who were looking forward to Alexandra Palace, we're going to provide an alternative that basically going to have a live stream specific special offers, things like that. I'm going to try and get a few other bits and pieces going on for that live stream. We'll see where we get to, but you know, we live in very interesting times. I know that there's quite a lot of other virtual model railways going ahead on Facebook. Do forgive me, I haven't got the name of the group to hand, but there is a group on Facebook. I've provided a post for that with some details on where yards, pictures, bits of video. So there is plenty to occupy people. We need to pull together as a community. It goes without saying. I think the community is doing really well, actually. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the comments. Let's have a look. Michelle Penny says, me and my partner Susan went to Rails of Sheffield for the first time last Thursday. What a great shop it was. It is actually a really great little shop, I have to say. I've actually only been there once. So the day when I went there and you saw me with the interview, that's actually the first and last time I've actually been to this shop. I know I've worked with Rails of Sheffield a lot, doing things like the affiliate links and stuff, and you know, doing reviews of stuff that they've got on special offer. But I've only been to the shop once, so we're going to sort something out for Saturday, so put that date in your diaries. And I'm also going to continue with the Sunday trains going by stream. The idea behind that is kind of letting people sit back, watch trains run principally, so you'll see it without me in the corner of the screen, and try and major more on the trains, less on the chit chat. Though obviously we've got the chat room going on.
Well, you want the community feel.
Definitely, and this is all about providing outlets for people, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who will be stuck at home, and you don't want to go get cabin fever, go stir crazy. So I think the community is doing a great job pulling together to provide entertainment. So, do get the word out there that we're going to be doing this. So we've got something on Saturday.
Not just entertainment, Jen, socialisation.
That's it, yeah. We're not going to be able to properly socialise in person. So what we're going to have to do now, this is going to be the next best thing. Why have you brought another microphone up? Are you going to test that out or something?
No, I just thought I'd bring it in case.
Do I dare let her plug it in? Let's have a look. Adams Railway says, Jenny, most important question, what is the beverage of choice for tonight? It's actually Pepsi to the max. Are we on raspberry or strawberry?
Cherry
Pepsi Max.
Hooray!
Unfortunately, fortunately I should say, the Cupboard Monkey baked a cake earlier on, and we had a couple of slices, and it's currently sitting rather heavy. I'm practically in a sugar coma. It's made. The Cupboard Monkey is going to hold this up. This is the cake that she made, and yes, it does look very much like a bucket full of Skittles. There is a cake down in there as well, but yes, by and large, that is a bucket of Skittles made of Kit Kat chocolate and, well, Skittles.
Yes, so if anyone noticed that I'm looking a bit fatter today, I looked at this cake and put on weight.
Yes.
And then I ate it and put on even more weight.
Ian the Train says, could someone mention to Jen that I've got a brake van fetish too? I must admit, I really do like brake vans. I can't actually explain it. There's just something about brake vans I do quite like. So hopefully, if anybody's been counting, you'll have a number for the number of brake vans there. So I would like to claim the longest train of brake vans on YouTube. I'm sure somebody will then go ahead and beat me, but
well, if they do tonight, we'll just stick another one on.
I've only got 4 more, and I couldn't find them. They're at least 4. There might be more than 4. It's very easy to lose count when you have this many. But every single one on this train is different. They're all different liveries or different running numbers if they've got much the same livery. They're an assortment of, I think, actually I'm just looking around, they are exclusively Bachmann and Hornby, with the exception of there is a single Oxford Rail brake van.
So it's not exclusively then?
Well, so nearly exclusively. They're all Hornby and Bachmann, apart from... I'm pointing over there and realise it's the wrong picture on the screen. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from last brake van. Well, you just missed that. Number 4. Aisle number 4.
Camera 4.
5th from last is an Oxford die-cast 6-wheel brake van, but everything else is Hornby or Bachmann.
It's going to be a couple of seconds before.
Oh, Adams Railway says Sam had duplicates in his attempt for the brake van train record. Yes, I think there is more than double the number that he had, and I have no duplicates whatsoever.
At some point, if someone wants to do the record once one of every single one's already out there, they can be pulled. There will have to be duplicates.
Ian the Train says I've had 7 arrive during last week, and actually one of the videos that I did, in fact I've done several because Hornby's had quite a few great little brake vans out. I've done the Warner brake van, the ex-London and South Western Railway one, and go back and take a look at that review. I've also done a review of the Bachmann one that Kernow Model Centre did as a special commission, but you can also get it through Patterns. They're also stocking it.
Everyone's saying that they like the cake. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
I liked it too.
Yeah,
I think a bit too much.
I'm fighting off the sugar coma as we speak.
Yeah, it was ridiculously sugary.
Oh yeah.
Certainly wasn't a diet cake.
No, it was like anti-diet. If a diet cake and that cake touched each other, they'd disappear in a blinding flash of
Okay,
light.
we have 187 watching and 30 likes, so if you're enjoying this, do click that like button. It really does help the channel.
It does actually, because it counts as interaction. So don't forget, everybody, like this video, and if you've not already done so, do subscribe to the channel, and you'll be the first to know about news and videos as and when they come up. And we've got so much great stuff. We're going to really try and provide a stepped up level of entertainment in this period where people are needing to isolate, can't go out to shows and stuff. So,
Yes, Jenny, the alternative, the live alternative to sitting around and being bored.
yeah, we're going to have our regular videos going up, but then on top of that, I'm looking to continue doing the Sunday virtual model railway exhibition with trains going by.
Michael Warren has a very good question here. Shouldn't that brake van train have a brake van on the end?
It does. It does. It's basically it's a brake van train and that one. So yeah, somebody said 54. Let me just scroll back. Stephen Oxborough says 54.
Flymo Chairman, you're correct.
Flymo Chairman, I've lost count of the brake vans several times.
No, when he's saying no wonder you both passed out after a cake like that, it's little wonder you'd need a snooze, and he's very correct. You
Yeah.
zonked out for 2 hours, I was sat playing
Yeah,
Minecraft.
Yeah, I passed out and had a full-on sugar coma. Yeah, 54. I think 54 is about the number on that. I do have more. I can possibly get it up to a train of maybe even 60, but I really have to go hunting underneath in the fiddle yard, trying to find where on earth all those other missing brake vans
Can
are.
you not get it up to 69, dude?
69 dudes. Yeah. Mark
I hope
Holt-
we're all old enough to understand that reference.
Yeah, Bill and Ted.
I'd hope we are. I really hope we are.
Mark Holt says 64 likes, but we've got 194 people in the stream. Don't forget to hit that like button. Also, you can check me out over on Patreon. Bloody blah, commercial stuff. Ends. Right, okay, we can do the fun stuff now.
Yeah, let's do the fun stuff.
We've got the commercial stuff out of the way.
You really need a comfy chair up here.
Yeah, Adams Railway says I concur with 54. So that's a train of 54 different brake vans. Boom! Challenge accepted
Shakalaka.
and beaten. So actually what we might do is either after the stream or during tomorrow, we'll film a short little video that we can put up, which will just like focus in with a close-up on that brake van train. And maybe even I'll do like what Sam's train did and talk a little bit about them, although it may take me a good while longer on account of having more than twice the number of brake vans.
It's getting warm up here.
It always does.
Right, I'll be back.
Paul Hinder says it needs a working tail light. It's interesting you should say that. When I was over at DCC Concepts, they had a number of very interesting brake van tail lamps to suit different periods. Well, tail lamps in general. They had the modern flashing light with like the battery powered ones, but they also had going back to like the flickery oil lamp types and all manner of really quite tiny finessed little tail lamps. So there's plenty of alternatives out there if you want to fit a working tail light, and they don't, even on DCC, they will just work. They don't need a DCC decoder. Mark Rice says, don't touch, no! Somerset Andy says, congrats on your 10th anniversary. I think so. He puts up with a lot. Yeah, so much so. It's actually the 11th anniversary. Yesterday was our 11th wedding anniversary.
She's bored me through time.
Mark Holt says, I haven't got any brake vans yet. Ah, well, there's also that Network Southeast double pack. It's currently on offer at Rails.
If he's got no brake vans, how does he slow down?
Oh, was that a tumbleweed?
Yeah.
Right, come on, behave yourself.
Nope, never.
Little Goth says, I hope the brake van train doesn't break down. You should be alright. I had to clean the track though. That van train I was running yesterday, it left a lot of muck on the track. Jenny, J94 says, Jenny, is that your 46203? If so, it looks amazing. I have a green 46203. Yeah, it's I think 46203.
Let's see it.
Yeah, 46203. That is Princess Mary Rose, something like that. Funnily enough, that's an old model. It's even got the big fat goalpost style coupling. It is a DCC ready model, but with the 8-pin decoder socket in the locomotive. But actually, I think the older Hornby model was pretty good. I'm guessing the new model of the Princess Royal will be a really good model. And I do have my eyes on. They're doing one in in BR blue, experimental blue, and I do quite fancy that. But this model I bought second hand for about £20–25, and I do think it still holds its own. It's got the older style front bogey connection, one that pivots from the back. It means when it goes around corners it doesn't look as good as the later models, and that's one of the big areas that Bachmann and Hornby have really pulled streets ahead on, is the mounting of those front bogies and actually mounting them as per the prototypes. Kent Train Fan says, I counted 55. Tell you what, Cupboard Monkey, if you want to make yourself useful, can you count the number of brake bands?
What if I don't?
Well, then you're not useful then, are you? I do know that there are 10 Queen Mary brake bands in that train. Now, don't think, she is miscounted, because there's only 9 at the front. There's 1 second from last as well. Mark Jake says, good afternoon from Seattle in the US. Leslie Gilpin says, I can't remember how many cabooses I have, but I know I need more. That is absolutely right. To be honest, you can never have too many, and I've got about 4 on order from the new Hornby range. I'm a real sucker for the sort of like 1970s, 1980s tops period of BR. So, when you look at that train disproportionately, a lot of the
54.
There are 54. We can actually confirm 54 is the count.
Gone to monkey mats.
Monkey maths. Lakota Therow says, show us your green railgun. Unfortunately, the green railgun is in a display cabinet downstairs and actually requires the removal of the War of the Worlds layout.
I'll get it.
No, you won't. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have access to my railgun. And in fact, actually, I haven't sent it round this layout since I was building it, and so before a lot of the scenery went in. It was used to test, the clearances on the track and, the quality of the track. But things may have encroached on its limit of clearance, things like signals and bridge parapets. So I'm not even sure whether it will run round anymore. Robert Cicera says, congratulations, thank you very much. Somerset Andy, I'm tempted with the Hornby Class 56 in rail freight livery, only a penny under 100 squids from Kernow. Yeah, Rails of Sheffield as well have got that same offer, and I must admit, you're not alone. I'm quite tempted by that. I do feel the need to add a Class 56 to my collection. So maybe we shall start up a Jenny Needs a New Class 56 fund, and in the unlikely event I get anything through Super Chat, I think we'll work towards that. That'll be my goal, I think, for spending money. Fat Wallet Boy 2 says, a Curascale new announcement this week, which might be something in blue. And that's interesting, actually, because Alexandra Palace is normally somewhere where a lot of announcements do take place. So it'd be interesting to see how these are handled. And what I might do is I need to actually make contact with a number of different manufacturers to see if they've got announcements that would have been made at Alexandra Palace, if they've got details and pictures that I'd be able to use for the Saturday stream that I'm hoping to be able to do in conjunction with Rails of Sheffield, which will include special live stream only offers in conjunction with Rails of Sheffield, so do look out for that. Dragon Junction. Hi guys and girls from a very windy North Wales coast, I can imagine actually, but you've got decent countryside to enjoy there. Let's have a look. Mark Holt says, I might set up an oval tomorrow and test some of my untested trains. That is a worthy thing to do. and let us not begrudge anybody who sets up their models on the carpet, because we've all done that, and even comparatively recently, I would test running locomotives on my carpet oval, because I didn't have any other layout I could run them on. Brockwell Lane.
If you enjoy trains,
what?
If you enjoy trains,
Whoa.
you don't have any way of doing something, then run them on a carpet. Well, why not?
Is that class 25 slipping with that load? A little bit in places, but for some reason the railhead seems to have gone a little bit greasy.
You have a railhead.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Game Hammer Classic Gaming, for the super chat. You do know that you could just give me the money and cut out the middleman. Game
I thought
Hammer
it was
Classic.
funny.
Yeah, Game Hammer Classic Gaming here. And a big thank you to Zoe for that on the super chat. So I've got £1.99 towards my class 56.
Don't spend it all at once.
I won't. Not Lobia Model World. That's Les Cliff. Hi there to you. How are you doing? I did invite Les on tonight, but obviously he's quite sensibly maybe decided that we need to start being careful. And
Yeah,
so,
he decided that we're probably full of germs.
yeah, he decided you smell.
Well, I might do by the end of the session. It's very warm in here. I'm starting to sweat. Ian Ryan says, "Is Zoe okay? Pain in the left arm." Yeah, I'm okay. I do have a pain in the left arm. I managed to pull a muscle, and I'm not sure how I did it.
Oh my word. Combat Bunny, thank you very
Oh,
much. That is amazingly generous. So we've got another £4.99
You don't
towards
need
the
to combat bunny.
Jenny needs a new class 56
My
fund. That is
goodness.
amazingly generous of you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. So big thank you to Combat Bunny. It says some more to help towards your goal. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna go and get changed because this is too hot in here for me. I'll be back soon.
Oh, we've got Angus's trains in. Big hello to you. How's things going down under? Although actually, from your point of view, we're down under.
No, we're not. We're at the top. That's why we're on the top of the map.
Ronald Morritt says, hi Jen, Zoe, thanks for keeping us entertained. I was hoping to celebrate my 64th birthday on the 25th in Bristol with friends I was meeting. Gutted, had to cancel. Thanks for the train stream yesterday. You're absolutely welcome.
Get them all onto Google Hangouts and you can hang out.
I didn't think anybody did Google anymore.
They don't.
Dogger Bend Railway, hi Jenny, guess what my newborn son here. Oh, brilliant. I will, hopefully you're indoctrinated them into the ways of the trains. I know my little nephew Henry, big up to Henry if he's watching. I'm not sure whether his mummy, my sister, is going to let him watch me live in case the potty mouth revs up. But he lives and breathes trains, and I have worked my magic. So, Mark Wilson. Oh, is that a Tartan Express parcel coach? It is actually. Yes, we talked about this on the trains running stream yesterday. It's a Bachmann 50-foot Stanier brake. The livery came out a couple of years ago now. It didn't seem to sell particularly well, so you may find it out there second-hand quite cheaply. Or indeed, if you support your local model shop, you may be able to actually still pick up some new in stock from them. But Bachmann have announced and brought out a CCT in Tartan Arrow livery as well, so you can slowly start to build up a train in that livery. Mark Wilson says, has Les been released? Yes. We have released Les from the model rail building dungeon. Yeah, Flying Merchant one says, yes, I'm a grade A at-risk class as well, Les. Better safe than sorry. Absolutely, and that's the thing. And it's a good enough excuse to take some time out to do some modelling. Or indeed any other hobby that you might do. I know I'm going out tomorrow to Hobbycraft to pick up some supplies for my father, who scratch builds warships, usually First World War warships, in a scale, I think he said it's 1 inch to 30 feet. I'm not quite sure what scale that would be. He just completely scratch builds them from card and balsa wood and paint. Fat Wallet Boy 2, rather than unboxing 30 months later to find it don't work. Right. Fat Wallet Boy 2, worth setting up a test oval or circle if you've no layout, but Well, new loco or DCC on board stock that you should test while it's under guarantee. Absolutely right, because as we saw when I did the box opening review of the Oxford Rail N7, you can sometimes get a quality control fail.
They were very good at getting back here on that road.
They did actually, and because of that review, they went back to the factory. Strangely enough, which just shows the good quality of service. That they identified that there was a potential fault, and they worked with the factory to address that. So you won't get that problem because of me and Oxford Rail, of course. Wardle Road, big hello to you. Evening, everyone. I'm so sad. Ali Pally. It's cancelled. Guess I have to online shop all evening. Well, don't forget to look out for the Saturday live stream that I'm trying to put together in conjunction with Rails of Sheffield. They've already said, I've just got confirmation.
I have a feeling that Saturday live stream might be something I'm putting together and you're in front of.
Yes.
With
Rails
a screwdriver and a soldering iron and a magic wand.
Rails of Sheffield are interested in putting together some exclusive deals for that live stream, so do stay tuned for that. I will bring you more information on that as and when I have it. Michaels_AFOL. Here in South Australia, our main model railway show is in June. Don't know at this stage if it will still go ahead. Hopefully by June we'll all be back up and running, because I actually moved my birthday to 15th of June. Yay!
Apparently you can do that.
Yeah, I said it and it happened. What I said was basically because we can't have a proper party, family get together, friends getting together. I said, you know what, I'll just move my birthday to 15th of June. I'm flexible. So basically I'm just going to...
Not quite as flexible as we used to be.
No, unfortunately...
I don't think either of us are as flexible as we used to be.
Yeah. Hopefully,
don't angle that straight into the microphone.
Just shut up and enjoy the cooling breeze.
Oh, so cool.
Matty Radnold says, thinking of getting a Hornby Battle of Britain class, Sir Archibald Sinclair. The Hornby Battle of Britain class are a great model. I do have one somewhere up there actually, in Southern Railway livery, and it's a beautiful model, so well worth getting. Rockwell Lane Rails have a class 56 on offer. Yeah, I believe Kernow Model Centre do as well. Doggerbend Railway, thank you, Mark. No one told me Baby Don't Sleep Much, and Jenny has a little young right now, born on Friday. Oh, I do like children, but I can't eat a whole one. Is there a problem with the sound?
I'm checking just to make sure that there isn't.
Oh, I thought somebody had posted something.
Oh.
Whoa. Right.
Thank you, Lakota Theorov. I'm terrible at names.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is incredibly kind of you. Lakota Theorov, ever considered the KR Models GT3 or the upcoming Bachmann V2? Also hit some cash for your engine or a big boy, either works. Actually, I would love to get a big boy.
Thank you.
I think they're about £200 though, so I might have to save for a bit longer. But a big thank you.
£200, it should be a very big boy.
Well, it's about the same price bracket as the Helgen Bayer Garrett, which is another model I would love to get. But thank you, that is an amazingly generous donation there, $4.99 into the Jenny Needs a New Class 56 fund. The KR Models GT3, they're a new manufacturer that I'm not particularly familiar with, so my thoughts on that is I was going to wait until it comes out and see what it's like when it comes out. A Bachmann V2, I've actually got the warmed over version where they retooled the chassis, but it's still got the original body on it, which I actually find quite a good model. It's DCC ready with an 8-pin socket in the locomotive, and I recently DCC fitted it, and actually it runs really well. So I think with the V2 it's a case of wait and see. There are a number of locomotives that Bachmann have promised us new retooled versions. The only one we've seen thus far really is the J72. We're still waiting on the J39, although somewhere behind me, no you can't see it, change the camera angle would you? Somewhere behind
to
me.
what?
Oh, just you take your pick. Somewhere behind me is a J39, the split chassis J39 that I have recently done a DCC fitting on. It can be done. D827 Kelly, with all the cancelled NEC shows, it is possible Wally might go ahead if they decide to give priority to bigger shows being rebooked. That's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought about that, but it's it is a worry that I'm not sure how long this is going to go on for. I've seen talk that it could be as long as 18 months, depending on how things progress. Hopefully, it's not going to be that long.
I can't see it being 18 months, but I can see it being a while. And at the end of the day, you've got to look at it from the point of view of, I'd rather have a bit of just inconvenience now than an awful lot of health issues for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, my grandfather is in his 90s, and I do really worry for him. And my parents are in their 70s. So both of them very much fall into the at-risk category, and it is a big worry. Rockwell Lane says, "Isn't the Class 56 a bit modern for you, Jenny?" Well, I thought they were introduced in the 1970s, were they not? I would prefer actually the rail blue with like what I call small logo rail blue. I think that's the livery which is really kind of appealing to me. But at the moment, I think it's Rail Freight Construction Centre or something like that. Or was it Dutch? It might actually, no, it's Rail Freight. Yeah, some kind of rail freight is what's on offer. That's what's available. The trouble with Hornby is that they seem to be very sparing with their releases of models.
Adams Railway says in 1976.
1976, so actually it's well within the bracket. Although technically a HST is within my timescale as well, but don't let...
There's always rule 1.
Yeah, oh, you're picking up the jargon.
It's hard not to, I edit all your videos. I haven't had any work of my own to be able to get on with. No comics, no videos of my own, because I've spent the last month and a bit editing her videos, and she wonders why I've picked up all of her jargon. It's like, well, how could I not? It's osmosis.
Mark Wilson asks, do you think all new release announcements will be held back for Wally? I'm not entirely sure. I could see that happening, but I honestly don't know at this stage. But that is an interesting thought.
Oh, Gary Lewis has just had a comment here. One piece of good news is Akira Scale have an announcement this week that was meant for Ali Pali. Do you think we'll see a move that we've had a lot of in gaming, where companies aren't going to the main events to announce things anymore? They're doing it direct to people via the internet. Just their own live stream, presentation stream, little video clips, things like that.
A lot of the market for this hobby is more towards an older generation.
It may be, but don't they go to pick up the magazines and things like that? The magazine can still report it. They've got an announcement live stream or video with a press pack that goes straight to the magazines. It may be a way of, at the very least, bypassing the fact that this year we might not have any events for a while.
J94 asks, would you get the LNER Hush Hush Loco or the BR260 tender engine when it comes out? Way ahead of you, I have got the W1 Hush Hush on order.
It's very hush hush.
Yeah, a bit hush hush. But yeah, I've already ordered one of those. I don't know when it's going to turn up. Obviously, production's being pushed right back from China. But yeah, I've ordered one of those. The 260, it looks a little bit too close to an Ivert for me to put it onto my must-have list. What are you doing over there?
I'm looking for the coasters.
Oh, on top of the books. Are you leaving coke rings on my nicely cobbled street? I bet she is,
Yeah.
Mark Holt says, I think a lot of businesses might go to the wall. I am fearful regarding my parents as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm very close to my parents.
Not right now, you're not. You're
well, no,
distance from them.
We're keeping isolated from each other. We do obviously talk on the phone a lot. But the idea of losing my parents is incredibly scary to me. I can feel myself tearing up just thinking about it.
I think it's the same with everyone, or
Yeah.
at least the vast majority.
Mm.
We want to make sure our families are safe.
Chris Whittingham, hi Jenny, sorry I'm late. No, you're not late. Dip in and out anytime you like, don't worry. It's always great to have people, and we've got
A
217.
train fan is never late, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Yes.
Frodo Baggins.
Yes. Also, they have the universal excuse of leaves on the line. D827 Kelly, we've got some breaking news courtesy of D827 Kelly. Scale 4 North now also just being cancelled. And I think this is the golden rule. If there's any events coming up that you're planning on going to, indeed even visiting preserved railways, museums, that kind of thing, do check in advance of travelling. It does appear at the moment that everything's being cancelled or postponed.
Yeah, which is just how it is.
Mark Wilson, I hear you. You need a Class 40. You're absolutely right. A Class 40 is also on the Jenny's must-have hit list. I have quite... Oh, excuse me, I'm getting hiccups from this coat. I have quite particular requirements. I need a rail blue one with TOPS number. So at the moment they're not really around, and certainly not at a good price. So there you are. You messed around. You've messed around. So the Doctor Who's TARDIS is. You stop it. Yeah, covered monkey. Oh, the finger's in the other hand now.
No, I didn't plan. I didn't think this plan through.
Right. Anywho, let's see. Where should we put Doctor Who? It's a weird place. There we go. I do apologise for the cupboard monkey because she should know better, but oh yeah, don't let it in my eye. Oh. 41 going on 3 it seems.
Yes, you are.
Gary, oh right, no, we've done that. Yeah. Rockwell Lane, Class 56 is hard to find in Rail Blue. I'm after one myself. I know what you mean. I mean, I probably will get the rail freight one that's on offer, and then it'll be a case of at some point I will get the blue one as well. D827 Kelly, virtual trade shows. I am trying to set up something like that. There's a few things in the pipeline. Now, although Alexandra Palace just got cancelled today, I've been working for the last 3 weeks trying to set up Plan Bs. Not assuming it was going to be cancelled, but just in case. So Plan B is swinging into action. Angus's Trains, Steamfest has been cancelled, not postponed for the year, which is my big local train show where we ride steam trains and see old traction engines, old cars and markets. Yeah, I think in the UK we have steam rallies. I think they're all going to get cancelled as well. Colin Williams, hi Jenny, Zoe and all, wife and I in self-isolation, being both over 70 and having health issues. We're going to 16mm association show at Peterborough, but now has been postponed till later in year. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are going into self-isolation, and you know, I completely understand. And there's a part of me that is quite worried that I still have to go out with my job and go up and down the country. And you know, a part of me does worry a bit. Should we have a change of camera angle?
I just did.
Oh, apparently the cupboard monkey did just change the camera angle. So I'm not high risk, but I've got bad scarring in my lungs. This is from a bout of childhood pneumonia that I really had badly. I ended up in intensive care in hospital, and that's left me with every time if I get a lung infection, I have to have antibiotics and I have to be monitored with it. And it's one of those things that you know, I've just got to be ever so careful. So it does worry me. Stretch Edits says, I have the Deltic on order. I was hoping to test it before deciding whether to get the Class 37. The Acura scale Deltic. I'm really looking forward to both of those. I'm quite tempted by 37001, but also I think is it Tulliar is one of the Deltics that they're planning on bringing out, so really quite keen to see that. Flymo Chairman 1 says, well, if we can save the pennies, there'll be a fever of buying new stuff, so I hope some retailers and makers can hold on.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Huey's Train Layout. That is really appreciated.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Huey's Train Layout has an incredibly generous donation of £5 to the Jenny Needs a New Class 56 fund. I feel a bit embarrassed actually calling it that. That sounds like I'm counting for money.
Yeah, we're really not.
No,
Guys,
I know some YouTubers do the old gimme, 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 but
what's first and foremost is this is a community live stream. We're all here just to enjoy each other's company and enjoy the trains.
very
First
much,
and foremost.
definitely. And over the coming weeks, I'm going to be running the Sunday live stream with the just trains running. I'm billing it as a virtual model railway exhibition. Now, I do understand that it's one big, albeit big layout. But
Hey,
we're
we
going
might
to
move the cameras to one of the other ones.
which other ones?
You know, you've got little dioramas.
Well, yeah, but they can't really run.
No, but we could show them sometimes.
The train collector says hello, hi to you. How you doing? I'm just going to plug myself in. I've just got a low power warning. So are we charging? Yeah, I think we are. Jim JD's down. Snoopy, yes, that is the cupboard monkey. Unfortunately, the cupboard monkey is a bit of a wally, so she does stuff like that. Angus's trains, Jenny. Australia has gone from one to another extreme. Yeah, I mean, you had all the wildfires, and then you had floods, and now this it's an Armageddon year. It has to be said, and we're seeing stock market crashes as well, which I know a lot of people think, well, it doesn't really bother me, but a lot of people have pensions, and that's what pensions are linked to. But, you're in it for the long haul, but I can certainly see there's a lot of people with investments as well that is paying for their old age, which is obviously a little bit of a worry. D827 Kelly, absolutely right. With all the cancelled shows, support your small suppliers that need your help more than the bigger shops. And I think one of the themes in upcoming Jenny Monday clubs is we might just do another support your local model shop, albeit with mail order perhaps. And what we'll try and do is establish contact details for a number of different shops, and try and help out some of these retailers and smaller manufacturers. And you've also got to remember as well the likes of Hornby, Oxford Rail, Helgen, Daypol, Accurascale. They've got a lot of employees too. It's tough times. We're already seeing the airline industry struggling. The railways are struggling. Less people travelling. When I went to work on Saturday, it was noticeably quieter on the roads, and I think after today's announcement it's going to get quieter still. So yeah, quickest commute to work, but I think I'm going to be negotiating through the bulletproof glass at the petrol station for a long time to pay for fuel. D827 Kelly, what brought this on? I can't blame my other half as Poppy's farts smell like a bad version of KFC. Oh.
Is there a good version of KFC?
Poppy's a dog, I believe. So just Tim's trains. Evening,
Or
all
a very
just joined.
embarrassed kid.
Hope no one has succumbed to the virus. I am self-isolating due to the cancer I have. Yeah, and it's scary times for a lot of people, and not just older people, but people who have compromised immune systems, such as yourself.
I don't have a compromised immune system. I have the exact opposite. I have an autoimmune disorder. My immune system is very, yes. My immune system is very, very good, but it doesn't tend to target illnesses. Whenever I get ill or injured, my immune system goes, oh, there's an awful lot of virus here, and attacks me instead.
Yeah. So, but then I've got scarring in my lungs from pneumonia.
So both of us are actually risk.
Yeah, so you just got to really take it easy. Angus's train says no toilet paper. See, the thing about the bog roll is squits aren't a side effect.
No.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I've got to clarify this. Very, very extreme cases, people might get some bowel issues.
Might need an extra couple of sheets.
We're
but
talking
not
about
200 years worth.
one in 10,000 people. You don't need all the toilet roll.
Oh, whoa, Mark Holt, I lost £41,000 on my pension.
Oh,
At
my
least another
goodness.
4 more years I'll have to work. Oh my word. And that's what I'm talking about. The stock market crashing is
Oh, my
bad news
goodness.
for a lot of people, because that's where a lot of pension funds are invested in. I daren't look at my pension because I can see like the last few years worth of my pension contributions having been wiped out overnight.
Brockwell Lane says, "What's that horrible thing sat with Zoe? Don't talk about Jenny like that, Brockwell Lane." This is the monster, Mr. MP Monster. MP stands for my pet.
Wardle Road says, I can't isolate as the London Underground never stops. That's another worry as well. If you're in a public facing role, you can't work from home.
Yeah.
What do you do? It's
You roll the dice.
And that's one of the things as well. It did strike me. You know, they say, oh, you know, you should self-isolate, but you've got to earn a living. And you know, it's all very well to say, oh well, you know, if you stay at home, but that doesn't pay the bills.
The worst thing is, statutory sick pay will pay for the 2-week isolation. What if you have to self-isolate because you get something? It turns out not to be coronavirus, but you've had a fair amount of time off before you got the test, because there aren't that many tests, and then you get coronavirus. Do you get statutory sick pay for the second isolation?
D827 Kelly says, any cold or virus for me is horrible with the fibromyalgia. Yeah, there's a lot of illnesses which make you very susceptible to stuff like this, and it is a massive worry. And I think a lot of it is the unknown. This is a completely new illness, and so nobody's quite sure exactly how it will.
And that's the issue. But shall we move on to trends again? Because we don't want to be talking about the same thing that the media's talking about non-stop. There are other things happening. So, Jen, if you could have any model locomotive in your collection, what would you have and how would you run it?
Me? I quite like the idea of the Decapod, which was a Northeastern, I think it's Northeastern Railway or Great Northern Railway 010 tank locomotive. And it was built, wasn't massively successful. I think it lasted for maybe a year, 2 years before it was rebuilt into a tender. I think it's a 280 or 080 tender loco, and then wasn't successful as that either. But I'd love to see that in its original guise in ready to run. Also, the Licky Banker, Big Bertha. Wouldn't mind seeing that. The again 010, but tender loco for banking trains at the Licky Bank. And the Wath Daisies as well. I think they'd be an interesting locomotive.
And guys out in the chat, same question to you. Let's have a talk about our wish lists, basically. That'd be quite fun.
Oh, Mark Holt says, cat litter is now sold out. Idiots think this will give their cats the splits as well.
I'm glad I picked some up earlier on then.
Yeah. I don't know, what are they eating the cat litter? I don't know.
Oh, hopefully they're not trying to filter it or breathe through it.
Although this is an interesting point from Mark Wilson. Because of the uncertainty over Brexit, the warehouses of Britain are actually full of supplies. So, and
it's the miners' strike all over again.
But the interesting thing, actually, is I saw this said, was that people were going, oh, all this money wasted planning for a no-deal Brexit. Actually, a lot of that planning is now swinging into force and allowing the UK government to cope far better than they otherwise would have been able to with the current issues.
Yeah.
David Curry, yes, can we make it a coronavirus-free zone?
We're trying.
Yeah, you are very trying. Freddy Bazbear's Gaming Emas. I love British Railways. Yeah, British Railways very interesting. I do quite like some of the US outline railroads, so there's a lot of interesting prototypes over there. Great Eastern, J. Paul Anderson and Mr. Dabble 43 says the Decapod was Great Eastern, so it's a G-E-R. I knew that there was an Eastern in there, or a Great. Yeah, or a Northern. But yeah, the Decapod is one which I'd love to see ready to run, and I think that we are going to see it at some point. It's interesting how many of these very esoteric prototypes are coming through in model form. Ones that you'd have never have thought we would have seen in a million years. So, we're getting the hush hush. When are we going to get the Decapod?
Yeah.
Trains in the Garage says, I managed to get a visit to the XBR Shirebrook depot at the beginning of the month and got a few shots of it uploaded. Oh, nice. It's the cameras are all working now. We had great trouble before the stream. It's always nice to get a depot visit.
Don't jinx it.
Right.
Hello from wet and miserable Scotland. Says integral EDMI. My goodness, I'm having trouble reading tonight. I'm falling asleep.
Daryl Hearn says 9F. Actually, I would love to get a 9F as well. At the moment, again, another one that's a little bit tricky to find, but they have been on the market a while before. I'd be happy with either the Bachmann one or the new Hornby X Crosty one. Actually, does intrigue me. So yeah, maybe we change it. Instead of Jenny needs a new 56 fund, maybe we'll call it Jenny needs a locomotive like a 9F. I don't know. We'll see what's on the market, I guess.
I'm still waiting for the Stevenson's rocket. I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, I do have the Stevenson's rocket on order, but again, it's another one that deliveries have been pushed back. So watch this space, and you know when we have it here, we can run it on one of the live streams. Ozza says a pair of PRR centipedes. Oh, is that the that's not the the Österreich Bundesbahn one. The it's like a crocodile. I've heard of that, but yeah, I'd have to look that up. New Mills Model Railway locos I'd love to own. Has to be a Manor. Well, yeah, as you say, I'm looking forward to seeing the progression of the Daypole Manor. Also love a 13XX. Well, yeah, with the Manor, the Daypole one coming out, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I've seen a lot of the newer Daypole models coming through, and actually they're re-releasing, excuse me, their London and South Western Railway B4 dock tank. And I'd be intrigued to see whether they've actually improved the DCC fitting on that, because the one I've currently got, excuse me, it has proven to be really irritating. So I am looking forward to that. You're incorrigible, you are. You as well. J. Paul Anderson, Linear A5, yes, because that used to be the Great Central Railway. Can't remember which one it was. But yes, actually, an A5, London and South Western Railway H16/G16. Yeah, I could see that. There's still some really great prototypes that have yet to be modelled. One other thing, though, is that a lot of the pre-grouping locomotives, a lot of people say, yeah, there's a huge number of locomotives to draw from. But it was pointed out to me, actually, by Derry, great fan of the channel, being on the live stream before now, showing us around McKinley an awful lot as well. Yeah, oh, not McKinley, Llanymynech. Yeah. He actually showed me a lot of pictures of various pre-grouping 440s, and what was actually quite striking was that they all appeared to have been built off the same set of plans. So there's actually an awful lot of similarity between different locomotive companies' offerings, because by and large they were built off-plan by the likes of Dubs or Kitsons or Bayer Peacock or Nielsen's. So it would be interesting actually if a manufacturer could tool up and make use of slides in the tooling to actually be able to make like half a dozen different pre-grouping style locomotives, so you could model the various little minor detail differences that made them either a Hull and Barnsley loco or a Caledonian loco or a Southeastern Railway loco, and you know that would be quite an interesting idea.
Michelle Penny says Teddy's that I would love to own is the one that I have here.
Oh,
My
right.
Pet Monster, original 80s My Pet Monster. There are a fair few of them on eBay, and most of the time you've got to be careful because unfortunately this one's a good condition when I'll show you him. He's in really good condition, but if you look at his hands,
Oh, it's like that sort of
the colour and the coating is coming off, so
It's
you've got to
like
be
that-
careful because sometimes it's all gone. And also be careful of the
Is that because you loved him to death, or is that just an age-related deterioration?
6 of one and half dozen any other.
I'm trying to get through these comments rather than just scrolling to the bottom and like missing out loads. So I'm just going to try and get through these. Mr. Davil 43 says my wish list: London, Brighton, and South Coast K Class 260. Yes, definitely another one I would love to see. And an LNER E4240. That was an interesting one as well. Yes, definitely. Alan Reynolds, aka PVA J Cloth Alan, says hello. Going to self isolate tomorrow as I have COPD and at risk.
Oh,
Well, we're
yeah.
going to be keeping up a good outflow of videos and live stream events. We're going to step up the live stream
I'm
events.
thinking of
So-
live streaming some stuff this week since I'm feeling a bit better. Last week I was dead to the world pretty much.
And that's the thing. Game Hammer Classic Gaming is Cupboard Monkey's channel, and the Cupboard Monkey does live game coding of retro computer games.
And I just play random computer games too. I might do
You could do like a let's play of like go through your PS2 collection.
I have been. We're playing Rule of Rose on PlayStation 2 at the moment.
That
I think
means nothing to these
I
people.
believe Brockwell Lane asked what I was playing at the moment.
Rule
What's
of
up?
Rose, the most expensive PS2 game.
The
ever.
rarest one.
No, not the rarest, but the most expensive.
Yeah, officially the rarest.
I think that you should play some railway themed ones, and we'll get some people you can dip in, and if you do that on some different days, for the community. For the
Just
community.
thinking what railway ones I've got. I mean, we played Extreme Express, which is a rail racing game.
Very strange.
It's a weird game.
A-Train
Not-
6.
A-Train 6 is probably the best one we
A-Train
could go for.
6.
So how about you join me one night?
I was
And,
thinking you could do that whilst I'm at work, so we could get something going out live later in the week.
You know what? Yes, and I'll phone you. And
Can do.
maybe I can get you onto a live stream for like 10 minutes or so.
Maybe, yeah. So go on, you check out Game Hammer Classic Gaming, and later this week, we'll set a date for A-Train 6. I'm just going to stream that, and it's a computer game, but you're building railways basically, so that could be interesting.
Yeah. Or maybe if I don't go for PS2 one night, we could try the original Railroad Tycoon.
Oh, that's a good one.
It is a
George
good one.
says, love to see a GWR Clear 15XX. I think that was a tank loco, wasn't it?
Is it time to switch up what's going around this line of yours? Because I'm thinking that blue Deltic's rather nice.
We've had that running before.
Alright.
That was on the
What's a really noisy, good-looking train?
Yeah, hold on, I'm getting through the comments.
I only call them trains because I know that she gets annoyed.
Yeah. No, shut up, Cupboard Monkey. Ozzy, for British trains, anything Great Western Railway. I'm trying to think of a GWR iconic sort of loco that hasn't yet been done. I'm actually struggling to think. Although I would love a Dean single tooled to modern standards. I think that would be a lovely model. I know that Hornby have just re-released their ancient ye olde railroad model, but I'd love to see an all singing, all dancing version of that Dean single. I have to say.
You've got an all singing, all dancing monster.
Integral Edmit. Oh, why do people pick really impossible to pronounce screen names? Integral Edmit. Great layout and stock. Hello from wet and miserable Scotland. Hi to you. It's great having you aboard. And also, don't forget, everybody, click that like button and share this as well. Share it to Facebook. Let people know that we're online now, and anybody can come and join in this antidote to self-isolation with trains and chat. As we always say, come for the trains, stay for the chat.
I've had an idea.
Oh, is that
Why
why
don't we make a little diorama of Murder on the Orient Express? We could do that live as a live stream one night.
Why Murder on the Orient Express?
Because I really like the idea of having that old Orient Express.
Now, this is something that we talked about as a team when we were trying to pick an idea in GMRC. And Murder on the Orient Express is actually really tricky to do because it doesn't look like Murder on the Orient Express in model form.
There is a scene, though, isn't there?
There is,
in
yeah.
the book Murder on the Orient Express, where the train stops and everyone gets off. So you could have done that as
yeah.
a model.
Freddy Fazbear's Gaming EMAS. Gaming EMAS. It may
I
sound...
believe it's Spanish, Gaming and More.
Ah, right. It may sound weird, but my favourite part of locomotives are the screw-link couplings. I'm fascinated by them. Hopefully someday I'll buy some Hornby or Bachmann locomotives and rolling stock. Actually, I can recommend if you really like the three-link or the screw-link couplings, the Helgen locomotives really do that well, almost too well, because they don't work so well with the tension locks. But if you're going to use the screw-link couplings, I recommend Helgen locos. Ooh.
Tim's Train says, could we have Combat Bunny and Tim's Train running?
Oh yes, the little Great Western Railway.
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. And that was we did a live stream quite a while ago, and they did an incredibly generous donation to allow a locomotive to be bought, and I'm really grateful for that. So this has got there. See, is that good? That isn't it? There we are. Stay alive.
I don't think anyone could see that too far away.
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Right. Let's get the. Let's have a look.
So while Jen's doing that, what are the comments that we had? J. Paul Anderson says that's actually a very good idea, Zoe. Thank you very much. I do have them sometimes.
Which idea was that?
I don't know, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put a little bit of lube on it.
The scene with the snowdrift, Orient Express, halted somewhere in Bulgaria. That's the one. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yes.
Is that the Peter Ustinov version?
Yeah, I was visiting my parents that time that you were really sick when we were there, and you got so ill. You got blood poisoning. So
Oh, yeah,
while
that-
she
that
was
was
laid
bad.
up, we thought she had a hangover or just
Yeah, they
bit of a
did.
stone
Oh,
cook.
she's got a hangover. Meanwhile, Jenny has blood poisoning and ended up in hospital eventually.
Yeah, but you didn't know either. You thought it was hangover at first. So we're letting her sleep it off, watching Poirot, and that's what's stuck in my head. So yeah, I would have modelled that bit as the idea. But actually, what happened is the haunted house one, the haunted bedroom that they did, started off as my idea as well. When I suggested they do Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And Jen couldn't get a picture in her head what I was talking about, so I suggested, look, there's a scene near the end where Frankenstein is on the top of the windmill holding a dead body, and the windmill's on fire, and it would make a hell of a centerpiece, and that's what convinced her. And then they changed it to what was it? Just horror in general.
Halloween.
Halloween. And that's where the haunted house and stuff came from. And my goodness, that layout, I still think you didn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah, actually,
The idea was great.
looking back, it's now my favourite. But at the time, I hated it because of the amount of stress
Oh my goodness, this,
in building it.
yeah, you and Les were so stressed trying to put that together, especially after your email trouble. They were pretty much the last to get their idea and the plan for their build given the okay, because you lost the emails. So there was so many problems.
Oh god, yeah.
But we laugh now because it's funny now.
Yeah.
So there's the train, eh?
Combat Bunny and Tim's Train's train.
The monster is looking. The monster is happy.
Okay. Right, so a big thank you guys for that as well. It's so much appreciated. So, just for you guys. I'm going to have to actually skip right through the comments. So if I haven't read your comment out, don't worry about it. I'm not purposefully ignoring you. It's just I get so behind on the
And
comments.
there it is. And it's lost all of its
Oh.
running stuff. Yeah, the back one's come off the track.
Yeah, because you messed about with...
Right, you deal with that. I will play nice with the comments. I'll tell some jokes.
No, you
A
won't.
man walks into a bar. Ouch!
Yeah.
Ouch, he says. That happens every time someone tells this joke.
Yeah. Horse walks into a bar. The barman says, "Why the long face?"
Yee, I've got the comfy chair. Well, guys, hello. I've got the comfy chair.
No, my secret is out. It's a nice.
So, come for the train, stay for the cake. Oh my goodness, that cake. So good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could have any more for the moment, though.
No.
But perhaps later.
I'm not sure I could eat anything for the next 3 years.
Oh, we've got an all-over-the-house joke here. Hey, Diesel Dave, what are you doing? I'm working from home. How? You're a truck driver. Yeah, but I logged into Euro Truck Simulator and I'm still doing my usual routes. So, let me get this straight. You're sat at home, not getting paid, while doing the same tasks you'd be doing if you went to work. Yeah, when you put it like that, it doesn't seem like such a great idea. I have actually on Euro Truck Simulator followed Jen's route where she was driving one time.
It didn't look anything like it.
It didn't, but my goodness, I got a new appreciation for what you do for a job. Because that game shows that trucking is hard. Really hard. So,
You know, I tell everybody that I'm a logistics manager because I'm embarrassed by what I do for a living.
why?
I just think I should be doing so much more.
Brockwell Lane says Zoe is telling jokes, bring back the buzzing noise.
Boom! You tell her.
Well, you know, we've had a heckle, I've got to do a put down.
Go on then.
So, Brockwell Lane, just keep it to yourself for a moment until I've finished the routine, because premature enunciation is not a good thing.
Why?
Premature enunciation.
Why? It's not like the other one. See, these are what you've got to be ready to counter.
What, just people going, why?
Right. I'm really sorry if I've missed your comment. They're coming in thick and fast. We've got 211 people in the chat room at the moment. Don't forget to like this video, share it too. And that's really important. Let everybody else know in the community that we're up and doing this. Get them along too. We want a really great community feel, the perfect antidote for self-isolation.
I forgot this routine now.
Oh, Alex Pomeroy says the Great Bear hasn't been done ready to run. Quite iconic for the GWR. That's a really good thought. Trains in the Garage says looking forward to the new 94XX. Martin Searsma says, Jenny, all I can say is you had the chutzpah, what's that? To put a HO stroke OO layout outdoors. It's like the big kahunas.
Yeah.
Chris
Cahooners, not
Whittingham.
cahooners.
Chris Whittingham, has the county class been done? Sort of. It's in the Hornby Railroad range. Leslie Gilpin, a GWR Duke Dog would be a good gap filler from someone like Oxford. I thought Batman had done the Duke Dog. No, no, they've done the Earl, haven't they? Will Tucker, my dad's favourite GWR loco from his transporting days was Trepol Pen. But what class was it, please? That was certainly a name on a class 37. Angus's train says, I just placed interest on 3801 Streamlined for 300 Aussie dollars. Oh, wow. I do like some of the Australian steam outline stuff. Oh, that train is deceitfully stopped over there. Why has it stopped? I think we've got some dirty track over here, you know.
You've always got to, you love it when it's dirty. You love it dirty. You say you don't, but you do.
I'm going to polish the tracks.
You love polishing your track.
Just talk to the nice people and stop being silly.
So, guys.
Not the jokes.
But what? If I'm not telling jokes, I've got nothing. I'm a comedian, man.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm trying.
Actually, that's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Integral EGMI says, Zoe, did you have an interest in model rail before meeting Jennifer? No, my dad tried to get.
What?
I thought the cameras had gone off. You stuck your head in front of it. Let me just move the thing to something else.
I didn't
You
knock.
stuck your head in front of the camera and it all went black.
Did I
I'll
knock
switch
it?
it to another one now. Don't worry. You didn't knock it. My dad tried to get me interested in model railways. After my grandfather died when I was young, my dad inherited a lot of his old model railway stuff, and he laid it out on the carpet, as you do with kids, and tried to get me interested. And it just didn't stick with me. My dad's Scale Extric did.
Yeah, but Scale Electrics was your dad's thing.
Yes, but my granddad had model trains.
I know. I ended up with them.
Yes, and that was my only brush with model railways when I was a kid.
Oh, it's a lovely cooling breeze. Actually, no,
Do you want to swap back? Because
Yes.
I'm gonna move on if you don't mind.
Are you?
You're having a lot of fun yourself, so I'm thinking I might move back downstairs and go back to Minecraft because I'm crafting some mines.
Oh dear. Right.
Hey, that video though.
My word. J94 says, "How is your O gauge railway, Jenny?" I haven't
It's
done
behind
anything
you.
with it. No, the one in the garden.
The one in the garden is just sort of sat there, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't done anything. It has to be said. Canal boating. Are you a truck driver, Jennifer? I have a license to drive trucks, but I like to think of myself as a logistics manager. You blew the gaff. I was trying to make out like my job was so much more interesting.
You drive your stereo around the country, and we keep telling people that.
Combat Bunny. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because we didn't like their performance.
No, it's a superstition thing. Actors are very superstitious people. So if you say good luck, they think things will go bad. So they try to counter that by saying go out and break a leg because it's a really bad thing. It'll keep them off the boards for a while. So that's a really bad thing for them. Hopefully they're tempting fate and it'll give them a good performance. That's basically it.
Lifestyle Unleashed, I have just got online. Can I say thanks to all those who came to Macclesfield Model Railway Exhibition and visited us at the NWINS 3D Models table, our first show. Big hello to you. I know we're going to be getting Lifestyle Unleashed, aka NWINS 3D Models, onto a future live stream, so do look out for that, and we're going to be doing a few bits and pieces. And I think that that's really the way to go at the moment. We need to kind of keep the community alive and also help out the retailers as well.
We're all in it together.
Big hello to Devans GWR. Great to see you in. Tim's Train says that's a good camera angle. Is that the back of my head? And that goes back 20.
That would have been.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Amanda Rolton says, "Hope you both had a nice anniversary and a nice birthday, Jenny." I'll be honest, I forgot the wedding anniversary.
Yes, you did.
And I nearly forgot my birthday as well. In fact, my
did.
birthday has been postponed into June.
But I did make a lovely, lovely cake, which is so fattening that you've all put on weight just looking at it.
Matt
There is a
Ovell
cake
says,
in that, honest.
Trevor Sowerby, is our Jenny having trouble with her bogies?
Why are all the commenters funnier than I am?
Oh, Combat Bunny says, no, it's because every play has a cast. But yeah. Matt Ovell, yay Minecraft, go on Zoe.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Canal Boating says, thanks Jenny, logistics manager it is.
pop off. Well, you're kind of managing the logistics. They tell you where to go, and then they tell you where to go, and then you decide how to do it.
A big hello to JJ Williams 1984. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to tickle that like button and share the stream too. And if you've not already done so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Press the like button, subscribe, and press the notification bell as well. Otherwise, Google will not tell you when things go up.
Devans GWR says internet can't keep up, and unfortunately that is one of the things we've struggled a little bit here as well. I think there's so many people who are finding their entertainment at the moment on the internet. I
actually had this discussion with someone on Radio 5 when they were on about this idea of Corbyn's free broadband for everyone. No, that's not what I'm doing. They were saying, let's get everyone on broadband, and you know, it's a great idea on paper. Everyone gets access to all kinds of entertainment until you try it. The moment everyone's on broadband doesn't work.
Angus's Trains asks, have you got your rocket? Not yet. Delivery of the main range rockets is unfortunately due to the current climate being pushed back. I think they're quoting May now. So it's just a case of wait and see. I think in all honesty, it's just a case of they probably don't fully know when. Just wait and see. Robert Passmore says, watching your break bands reminds me that I have on order an ex-London and South Western Railway road van from Kernow. Going back 2 years, paid the money up front, but nothing over the horizon. I believe that was the commission that was being handled by DJ Models. So that may have been put back somewhat by DJ Models going bankrupt.
That's a
It's
shame.
not clear as far. It's a model I have my eye on as well, but it's not clear how far advanced that was. But your money will be safe. It will be with Kernow Model Centre. My guess is that that project will still be ongoing. It's just a case of I don't know when it will come to fruition. We've got the Millet 9257. I thought Break a Leg came from ancient Greece, where instead of clapping, the audience stamped their feet in applause. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Paul Hinder says Dispatches on Channel 4 is train hell. I like this one. Swindon 1969 says, my wife spelt my name incorrectly on our 13th anniversary card. To be honest with you, we don't tend to bother with anniversary cards.
We stopped when you sent me a card that says, I kind of like you, see last year's card for details.
Yeah, in fact I did that for a few years. It said, see previous card for details of how much I love you. And then if you went and looked at that, it went see previous years. And it went back to basically all referring back to the first year's one. But we just don't tend to bother with anniversary ones anymore. JJ Williams 1984 has liked the stream. Boom! On message. Thank you very much. Actually, the guy's normally on message. I like transport. I like transport. Are you there? Are you in the stream? Not heard from you in a while. Pat Hegarty. Jen, what are the dimensions of the railway? Ooh. About 16 feet by 12 feet, something like that. I don't know. I've never actually measured it.
Well, I'm 5'11", and I can lie right flat on the ground without even touching any side of this.
I reckon
this.
16 feet by 12 feet.
Yeah.
Just as a guess.
You could be right, because I'm laid down with my arms out, and I'm nowhere near touching anything. Aside from you, I can prod you.
Anfield Road layout in the
So
lot.
it's big.
Press the like button on the stream. Boom! Flymo Chairman 1 says in response to the Millet 9257, it could very well be the case. It's a superstition in the model era, I would suppose. A bit like Macbeth, aka the Scottish play.
The Scottish play.
Mm.
When shall we three meet again?
Yeah, just sniff my...
Well, I can do next Thursday.
Don Cragen says, hello and goodbye, Cupboard Monkey. Thanks for joining us today. Robert Passmore, waiting for my rocket also. There's a lot of people waiting for it. It proves to be a very popular model, it has to be said.
It's been a while since there was a running one, though, isn't there?
1967, 68, something like that.
Yeah. So no wonder it's popular.
Angus's Trains, though, has got his. If you ordered the Triang Anniversary rocket, then those have been delivered. It's just what they are referred to as the main range, which I think is the yellow box version. They're still pending, but the red box version with Triang on the box, those have been delivered. D827, yeah, okay, that's fine. D827 Kelly says, gotta go, being called for dinner. Ooh, dinner. That omelette, that cheese omelette was really nice, actually. Brockwell Lane.
The ladies like.
Brockwell Lane. Is that a Helgen Kobo? Yes, it is. It's from when they were first released, when they were done in conjunction with Hackens. It's a rail blue version of D5701, which I believe was the only Class 28 real life to receive rail blue livery. Canal boating. Have you ever had a Hornby live steam set? Nope, never done that one.
Would you?
The mill. No, I don't think it's not really compatible with any of this. The Millet 9257 says nice layout. Where's the Southern EMUs? The Southern EMUs are in the fiddle yard. Yes, I do have them. I have got a Class 401, a Class 402, a Class 411, and a Class 419. So I've got 4 different third rail electric EMUs. I do also have 2 of the Metropolitan Vickers London Transport Bobos as well, Metropolitan Bobos. Swindon 1969, my other half likes a card. Yeah, my mum does as well. It's many a year that my dad has rushed back with whatever he could find at an all-night garage. Anfield Road layout in the loft says he's not in tonight, Jenny. I do hope he's alright, so do send best wishes to I Like Transport, who's been a stalwart of the show, and let him know that we have missed his presence. Yeah, I hope he's alright. Robert Passmore, thank you, Jenny. We had the original at the Isle of Wight Steam Railway, which I worked on. Excellent. Leslie Gilpin, it's only the other day I realised how many years anniversary mine is this year. Knew the date, not the year. It's easy to forget after a while. I must admit the 10th anniversary crept up on me, but we just had our 11th. Lifestyle Unleashed. If we did a design where people could download the STI file for £5 to print themselves on a 3D printer, the extra detail kit sold separately, would that be of interest? Now that is an interesting idea, and it's kind of taking the concept that Hornby had, where they released their P2 and their A1 as a railroad version and a full fat version. So effectively you're buying the basic model, but there's also available a kit of bits and pieces for you to then detail it up yourself. I think actually that might sell quite well. Mark Holt says, my Triang rocket is lost in the post. Shame because my dealer did a great price on it. That is an absolute shame. Hopefully it will turn up.
Have you got insurance on it? Claim against Royal Mail. It won't get you an awful lot, but
it won't be him. It'll be the retailer will have to make that claim. J94 isn't one of those Class 28s preserved in real life. Yes, it is. It's at Bury. Actually, Leslie Gilpin said J94. I think it's at Bury. Along with the sole surviving Class 15, two unique locomotives. Ronald Morritt, just as I push the like button, I see you have your two regular no likes. Yeah, I'm living rent-free in the heads of two people who seriously think that voting it down makes any difference. It doesn't, because YouTube just counts it as an interaction. Robert Passmore says, I was told by the other half, him indoors, that the Scottish play was put on if the previous play was doing bad at the box office. That makes sense then. So basically it was like Old Faithful. It's like, what we're doing at the moment doesn't work. Let's put on Macbeth, because that always gets a bit of money in. So essentially it's a sign that if you were doing Macbeth, you'd fallen on hard times. That does make sense. Rockwell Lane, can you tell us any more about the Rails live stream? After this live stream, I'll go back and check my emails. I was talking to Oliver Davies earlier today. I've been talking on and off with him for about 3 weeks. The plan is to do a live stream event on Saturday. Hopefully see if we can get some manufacturers involved in terms of showcasing what they would have otherwise showcased at Alexandra Palace. Oh, Mike O'Brien, it's 4 dislikes now. Boom. Big up to the people I'm living rent-free in the heads of.
You'll love this.
Or actually, probably just contrary people going, oh, fine, I'll just click that just to see what happens.
You'll love this. I've just found a tweet that says, last night I got led down a YouTube rabbit hole. I ended up watching a video of an Australian cheesemaker making parmesan. He starts his videos by saying, "G'day, curd nerds," and all the comments are Italians telling him where he can go.
Oh, brilliant. Canal Boating says, why is your other half lying on the floor?
Because I've got a bad back.
She's got a bad back. Actually, it's interesting. You can be seen in shot.
Yeah. I've got a really bad back, so I'm just lying on the floor. Hopefully it'll untwinge itself. Integrally, Jimmy, do I remember correctly, you're an F1 fan? Very much so. I'm a big Schumacher fan, 98 being my favourite season. I don't tend to root for a specific driver. I tend to root for the underdogs, but I do appreciate raw driving talent. My favourite season, I guess, was the 96 season. That was the one with the Monaco Grand Prix, where only, I think it was 4 or maybe 5 people finished. Started out in the rain, very heavy rain, and then dried out. Damon Hill's engine blew in the tunnel, and he'd lapped all the way up to something like 3rd place, and it looked like nothing was going to stop him. And then Murray Walker is like, and there is nothing. Oh no, his engine's blown.
Let's have a look. Baker's R Junction asks how many full tracks is the layout. There are 4 continuous running tracks on the layout, plus a huge amount of loops and sidings. So effectively I can sit here and leave 4 trains just running and they don't need any kind of attention. But the view you're seeing on your screen is largely an awful lot of siding space. But I can actually send stuff through those sidings. And one of the things that I'm looking to do in conjunction with Trainomatic, actually, the channel sponsor, have offered to send over one of their products, which is compatible with the Trainomatic decoders. It supports shuttling, so I can fit some hidden stuff which will allow a train to shuttle backwards and forwards without any operator input once it's set up. So I am looking to actually sort something out to do that.
You'll love this one.
What?
On Twitter. Guess who's really going to suffer during this social distancing thing? All the guys on dating apps. Welcome back to courtship, Brad. Welcome back to talking to a girl for weeks prior to meeting her. We're pen pals now, my dude. We're about to get Jane Austen up in here.
Elton Loveridge, hi Jenny, you looking forward to any new release that are after us? I'm still waiting for my DCC Sound BR large logo at 66. I think the Hornby T9 in London and South Western Railway livery is one that I'm really looking forward to. Also the Daypole Rails Terrier as well. I'm really interested to see that too. Flymo Chairman 1, the Duchess with the British Railways rake is quite lovely, I think. It's actually a Princess Royal, I believe. It's let's have a look. What have we got? It's I got no chance. Something like Princess Margaret Rose is what it actually is. But yeah, it's similar to Princess Coronation. But yeah, it really does suit running with that rake, even though those are blood and custard liveried Gresley teeths. But yeah, they always do look great. The Princess Royals, the Princess Coronations really do look amazing. I do have a Duchess of Abercorn, I've got a Duchess of Atholl on order, again looking forward to that. And I've got a Duchess of Montrose as well. I really like that City of Gloucester, which I did a review on, but that was a loaner. I had to give that one back. I was so tempted to actually buy one, but I didn't. Mark Holt, Jenny, does your cat ever encroach on the line? Not up here. She can't climb the ladder.
Even when she was younger, she wouldn't have tried to climb the ladder.
Stephen Jones, how many brake vans are on that train? 54.
Yep, we counted them earlier on.
Scottish Train Spotter says it's nice seeing the model trains running about. Thank you very much. Yeah, Flymo Chairman 1. The Murray Walker curse. Yes. And he's on the last lap, and there is nothing that can possibly stand in his way to winning the way. Oh, he's crashed. Yeah, it's like the commentator's curse. Yeah, it's one of those things.
What about that cricket guy? And the batsman's holding the bowler's willy.
Oh, is it the batsman's holding the bowler's willy. Richard Lewis, how do you think that Ali Pali will go ahead? No, it's officially been cancelled.
It's cancelled today. What's the other one? It's the fastest time ever run, but not as fast as the world record. What he meant to say, it was the fastest time he's ever won.
Yeah. Lifestyle Unleashed, I love the pannier you have running around. Well, that was the Tim's Trains and Combat Bunny train, which...
big thank you to both of them.
Big thank you to both of them. They donated really generously on the Super Chat a few months ago now.
Yeah.
Towards basically the Jedi needs a new item of train porn. And this was the locomotive that we decided on. So
they chose it.
They kind of, I think I railroaded them a little bit, if you pardon the pun, but
I will not pardon the pun.
But it's actually a Helgen model. I did a full box opening and review on it. It's a lovely little model. And what perturbs me is that another YouTuber did a review on the very, very similar 1361 class. I believe that's the 1366 class, which are mechanically pretty much identical. One's a pannier tank, one's a saddle tank. And he slated it, saying it's the worst model ever. And I still can't work out whether he had a quality control fail or something, because that's an amazing model. And at the moment, Rails of Sheffield have both that pannier tank and the saddle tank version on special offer, starting from $79.50, rising up to $99.50, depending on livery and version. Mark Holt says, do you own a Smoky Joe? I've always thought it was too simple before, but the new one looks great. As a child, yes. Now, no. My childhood Smoky Joe, before anybody asks, was given away to, I believe my cousin got that. Robert Passmore, I was very lucky to see a T9 in service. It ran between Portsmouth and Fareham, linking up with a Battle of Britain West Country train from Brighton. I lived in Cosham, in the 50s and 60s. Wow. I must admit, actually, Rob says the preserved T9 was stored at Fratton on its withdrawal. King Fox Junction says, how do you donate? I believe there's like a weird little dollar symbol on the chat box at the bottom, but yeah, it's Combat Bunny, absolutely right. But don't feel obliged to donate. We jest and we jest, and at the moment we're sort of putting the fund together for kind of fancy a Class 56. But what was the other one I was talking about? No, it was 9F or something.
9F.
But,
The one thing to remember, guys, is this is first and foremost a community get-together. It's all about train fans and locomotive fans and model rail fans just getting together, having a chat and a conversation, watching some trains going by.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost what this is for.
Definitely. And at the end of the day, make sure you treat yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't make yourself go short. And one of the other ways you can actually help the channel without costing you a penny is if there's a model which I review that you really like, if you buy it via the affiliate links, you don't pay any extra for it, but I earn a very small amount of money from that transaction.
Yeah, and it all builds up.
It does all build up. So,
but the best way to actually help out, if you want to give something back to the channel, share the videos with people that you think will enjoy them.
Definitely. The more you share the videos, the more the channel grows and the more we're able to do stuff. We're nearly up to 10,000 subscribers, and you may be thinking, well, what does that mean? 10,000 subscribers is a benchmark where you become a bronze YouTube channel, and that means you gain access to certain editing functions, and you can also go and use Google's own studios. There's one in Manchester, and we've already, when I pass the 10,000, you want to go down there and use their green screen, so I can actually, like, literally this railway will become a self-insert railway. We'll do a video where I will appear in the
and
model.
you'll do a tour of the model. That's the idea anyway. Right, Jen, I'm not feeling good, so I'm going to
Okay,
head
no
off.
worries.
I'm going to take some Coke with me and then...
Let me finish this off and then you can coke me up.
Oh, okay, I'll look you around.
No, you haven't. No, you
That
haven't.
look that you gave, my goodness.
Yeah. Mark Wilson, these live evenings you're putting on are going to really help us get through this. Just the general chat, which usually goes off at a tangent, will mentally help. Thank you, Midox.
That's
you're
what we're
more
hoping
than
for.
you're more than welcome. And that is exactly what we're aiming for. We immediately realised that YouTube has a great community, and there's a lot of other channels as well doing stuff. So I think we can get everybody through this. You know, even though model railway exhibitions are getting cancelled, even though we're seeing preserved lines shutting, museums shutting, we can get through this.
Yeah, you don't have to be alone.
Exactly.
Speaking
and
of
that's
that,
it.
though, I'm going to head back down.
Yeah, you're going to leave me alone.
No,
and that's
the
it.
monster's here to keep you company.
Nobody needs to be alone through this, and we're going to do our best to keep the community together. Adams Railway says cough, Sam, cough. Yeah, Sam's Trains didn't like the Helgen's 1361 class. And like I said, I'm not sure whether he had a quality control fail or something, but he just really ripped into it. Which
Oh
is
my
a shame
goodness.
because it's a really lovely... Ooh.
You know, you've got the light on the back of your Ford.
That would be when the battery was going flat.
So while Jen's sorting that out,
Oh my word. King Fox Junction has just donated on the Super Tube chat £1.99.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much. That is amazingly generous of you.
Thank you.
It just,
See you later.
I'm rendered speechless at the generosity of you all. It's just great. And I'm going to be putting stuff towards my Jenny needs a new, possibly a 9F actually. I don't know. I'm in two minds about the Class 56. But thank you very much, King Fox Junction. That's incredibly generous. Elton Loveridge, Jen, please, could the Metro Vickers loco be run tonight? Yeah, we can. Yeah, why not? Before you all start clamouring in and going, oh, can you run this? Can you run that? One of the things I will say is it can become a bit of a faff changing trains. The Sunday live train running event, I will do a lot of loco changes. Excuse me. So the Sunday chat, that's very fizzy. That's principally what we're planning for that. But tonight, I tend to focus more on the chat. So I'm just going to bring this round and take off my... Oh gosh. You can actually tell where the decoder is. That is quite warm, so probably as well to give this a little bit of a rest. So, what do we need? We need the Kobo. So just take that off there. I'm going to put this on here just for now. Somewhere to put it. Right, so, oops. I'm sure, did something just fall off? I'm sure. It did, you know. I have no idea where that came. Oh. Well, let's just put that there for the time being. Right. Right. Excuse the belly. Right. So as I said, the main trains running session will be on the Sunday live stream that we're planning on doing. And obviously Ali Pali's been cancelled. That's today's breaking news. So if you hadn't heard that already, we're already making some plans to give everybody something to meet and greet in the virtual sense online. Right, so there goes the Metrovic Class 28. Adams Rower says bless him. Yeah, and I don't want to knock Sam's Trains. He makes a living out of YouTube. He's got a lot of followers. He's obviously doing something right. The only thing that worries me is if he's trying to sensationalise what may be minor faults and also differences of opinion. Because at the end of the day, it can be quite damaging to manufacturers' sales. You know, let's not forget he's got best part of 70,000 subscribers, and there's an element of you need to be mindful that a bad review, once you get up to those sort of levels of subscribers, can be quite damaging. David Baker, Murray Walker, and the car he is driving is totally unique except for the car behind, which is identical. Paul Higgins, do you have any full brake coaches? I have loads, and in fact, the coach that is immediately behind the Metropolitan Vickers Kobo is a full brake. Well, it's a Mark 1 full brake. There's also Gresley full brakes there, and a Stania full brake, and a Hawksworth full brake on the back of that train. So there's plenty going on. There's no brakes on the other one. But yeah, in terms of Mark 1 full brakes, I think I've got about 20 different ones. Right. Flymo Chairman 1, yeah, definitely. Wardwell Road is on tomorrow night. So the community is pulling together, and Wardwell Road, Ollie from Wardwell Road, doing a great live stream as well. So be sure to tune in for that tomorrow. Big up, Ollie. Flymo Chairman 1, I'm pained with work. Oh my word. Oh no, sorry. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Right, Lifestyle Unleashed, Night Leslie Gilpin. Who's heading off? Right, Lifestyle Unleashed. Have to move along. Take care, everyone. You take care as well. Leslie Gilpin. Sam's 1361 saddle tank did have a misplaced dome, and some of the pipe work did look basic, like out of a worn mould. Like I said, quality control errors, certainly. I've had it myself with an Oxford Rail N7. It does sometimes happen. Mark Holt, my partner's cat is scared of the model trains but interested, so she watches them from a distance with interest. Sadly, my cat tries to catch and kill the trains. Yes. Angus's trains. Jenny, cheer me up. I'm not feeling well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Angus. Look, take care. We're going to be having a lot of live streams going on. Don't forget to check out Wardwell Road tomorrow. Big up Wardwell Road. On Friday as well, Stuart from MRYCG will be doing a Facebook live stream, and it does an awful lot for the online community as well. So I do want to big him up as well. Keep asking him on, but he's always washing his hair. And then Saturday, hopefully, if everything pans out, we'll be doing a live stream event with Rails of Sheffield. Sunday we'll be doing watching trains, so we'll have again a repeat of what we had on Sunday, to be able to watch trains, and to a limited degree I will also do requests on locomotives to run. What else is going on? And then I've also got Friday video, a Wednesday video. It's basically we've got everything covered apart from Thursday. Elton Loveridge says, thank you, Jen, you rock. Oh, well, thank you very much. It's great to have all you guys on. We've got 205 people in the chat room. If you haven't already hit that like button, don't forget to tickle the like button. And also share this stream. Let other people know that we're on and that we're live and that we are getting a good community feel going on. And providing the antidote to the shutdown that lets you still chat and chill with other like-minded individuals in the community. Paul Hinder, Warner shows have decided to cancel the London Festival. It's just, unfortunately, we live in interesting times. Robert Passmore, I saw that review by Sam's Train on 3061 and wasn't impressed by his criticism, which gives me the chance how much I enjoy your reviews. Well, thank you very much. I do try and be very fair and very balanced. Now, I don't suck up to manufacturers, but I don't make a big deal out of nothing either. So, that the GWR 1366 pannier that's trundling around you won't see it on the screen. Actually, no, you might see it when it there. Oh, actually, yes, it is there behind me. It's a great little loco. I love that, and it was brought through the amazing generosity of Tim's Trains and Combat Bunny. Mark Holt, I have the Helgen 1321 GWR 3066 as preserved. I got it because I've been on the footplate of the real train, lovely model. I've gone off Sam's Trains recently. Paul Hinder, new dates. Thanks to all the sponsors, exhibitors, layouts, societies and visitors for their continued support for the show during these exceptional circumstances. We will shortly be making contact with everyone who is involved in the show to organise transfers and refunds. So as you say, it's exceptional times. Certainly in my living memory, I've never seen anything like this happen before. King Fox Junction, you're welcome. I now have my lights working due to your advice on batteries, but did buy some LEDs. Oh, I'm really glad I could help. Don't worry, that's really great. Leslie Gilpin, a Class 28 Kobo set fire to the roof of Barrow Shed. Most photos of them show lots of black smoke. They were a two-stone engine. It was a Blackstone two-stroke, no, Crossley, a Crossley 8-cylinder two-stroke diesel engine, which meant that they were very smoky, and that also means you get a lot of unburnt fuel and lube oil getting into the exhaust, which sets fire to things. Not really great for the environment, it has to be said. Mark Wilson, does your dad watch these videos? Yes, he does. Not live, but after the event, he certainly does. Robert Passmore, I unsubscribed myself from Sam after that review. And I think that's the thing. If the review doesn't ring true with what the model is like, then it does undermine integrity of the review. It's something I've talked about a lot. If I say like, oh, this polished turd is amazing, and and clearly it isn't, then that undermines me. And it's the other thing as well. When I get sent review samples, I'm still brutally honest, and that's the deal. That anyway, I've got a couple more things left to review. I've got a Hornby model, and I've got some stuff from DCC Concepts as well. And it's always, I'm upfront about it. I do say this over and over again. I will change factual errors before the video goes live, but the actual substance of the review is not open for negotiation. Stefan Jones, what's your favourite wagons or coaches to run on your layout? I really, really like the train of 16-ton mineral wagons that you often see going around. They're not on the layout at the moment, but I'm actually going to put them out when the brake van train's done and dusted. I'm going to film a little bit of something with that, either later on tonight or first thing in the morning. I'm then going to put all those brake vans away, and I'm going to put back out the mineral wagons. Richard Lewis, same here. Sam's Train's negative reviews will stop some people buying from the retailers, definitely. And I have noticed it is painfully obvious that he doesn't seem to like both Helgen and Daypal models. And I have to be honest and say I have reviewed similar models to what he has reviewed, and I do not see what there is to actually criticise. Some of the new Daypal models coming through, some of the best models I've seen. Ditto with Helgen, I've always found them pretty high quality. I know there was a few little issues with the Class 17, but the Class 28 is a Helgen model, 1366 is a Helgen model. I've got 26, a 27, what else have I got from Helgen? Class 52 is a Helgen model. I've got a 76, it's a Helgen model. What else have I got up there? Helgen. Oh yeah, the Class 7 diesel shunter. And, at university I found them great models. So, I don't understand myself. Good night to you, Dave Scott. It's been great having your company. Hope perhaps to see you next time. Don't forget as well, we're hopefully going to be having a special live stream for Saturday. Also going to be doing the trains going by, like watching the trains. Come for the train, stay for the chat on Sunday, and then back to the Jenny Monday Club from Monday. Also got a Friday video and a Wednesday video. Busy, busy, busy. Mark Holt says 149 likes, so not a bad percentage. Don't forget those 4 dislikes. They are interactions, albeit disliking ones. J94, I need to give my layout a running session. I haven't done one in months. Oh, do. It's always great fun just to sit and relax in the middle of the layout running. It's certainly a great thing to do. I treat it like a white noise generator. I love the relaxing sound of trains, I refer to it as. And I just find it really, really good for, just sitting and reading a book to. Right, I'm going to change the Princess Royal on the tracks. The reason for this is because One of the things I found is DCC decoders can get a little bit warm with a lot of running. So that's cooled down relatively quickly on that War Department 8F. But I'm going to change the Princess Royal. So do we have, open it to the floor, suggestions for what locomotive to change the Princess Royal for? And if lots and lots of people chime in, I will give priority to anybody who donated on the Super Chat, but that is not an actual touting for business. Alex Pomeroy has managed to get a Kerno DJM 1361 since they're selling them cheap. Lovely model, but needed an extended running in period. Yeah, I haven't actually. It's strange, really. An obscure loco class, and we've got not one but two models of it. Right. Paul Hinder says, just thinking about setting up the LGB in the living room just for a change. Oh, excellent. James Sullivan asks, have you got a Vitrain model? No, I haven't. There's nobody suggesting a... oh yeah, Flymer Chairman 1. I think we saw a little of the overheating yesterday. Yeah, the Hornby TTS sound chips stop playing sound when they get warm. They do recover, but... oh, right, here we are. Stefan Jones, Q1 or a Class 20. Mike O'Brien, a Black 5, please. I don't actually have a Black 5. Mark Holt, Flying Scotsman instead of Princess Royal. Don't have a Flying Scotsman. Burke says Q1. Mark Holt says or a Deltic. Matty Radnell, Backman C1 Atlantic. I do actually have one of those. Susanna Murphy, a B12. I don't have a B12. Paul Hinder says Peaks. Adams Railway, a 37. I think out of all those, I'm going to say, right, I'm going to put the Q1 on. And the reason for this is because somebody did ask right at the beginning of the stream. We will get an opportunity to change a locomotive again, I think at least once. But I'm going to go with the Q1. So, let's just bear with me a moment. In fact, let's see if we can change the camera so that you can actually see the locomotive change. Oh, this one's not too warm. That's not doing too bad. Right, Q1. I think that the Class 28 is having a couple of little issues there as well. It must be fair. Right. There's my Q1. Put that there a moment. I'll shuffle all that stuff around back here just to find space to put a few things away. I'm going to move that out of the way. Ooh. The old hand of God. Oh, yeah. Keep doing. The old hand of God, hard at work. Right, Q1 it is. So, let's get her on the tracks. Let's hope this works okay. I've had a few issues with some of the steam locomotives that haven't been run for a long time. You want to do that. That, incidentally, folks, is what happens when you accidentally short out the DCC Concept power booster system. Well, that's a handrail from the Kobo. Don't put that there. I need to do something with that. Right, where's the reset button? So there we are. There's the reset button. So, 3306. Okay, 3306. There we go. Q1 is on the move. Oh my word, Matto Val. That is an incredibly generous donation. Matto Val has donated £5. a small donation to help you get a B12 in future. They're beautiful. Thanks for all the videos. Oh, that is an amazingly generous offer. And certainly, yeah, I've seen the B12, and it does look a wonderful model. I particularly like it in the LNER apple green. Definitely, it's a model that is on my radar. But thank you ever so much. That is an amazingly generous donation. Melchester Model Railway, the M7, unfortunately, whilst it is listed as DCC ready on the box, there is an 8-pin socket in there, but it's barely got enough room for the blanking plate. There's no room whatsoever that I can find to physically fit a chip in there. It's a somewhat disappointing design, it has to be said. Andy T741 says class 73. We might. Robert Cesare says class 29. Oh, Combat Bunny says Rail Riders cancelled. We obviously Alexandra Palace has been cancelled, so Team Rail Riders. I don't think, to be honest with you, I think the moment's kind of passed with the GMRC unless there is another series this year. Not heard anything confirmed, but I know that a lot of TV channels are starting to rein back on filming of various things. Certainly if they're going to film them without an audience. But I can see it skipping a year now anyway. And I think by next year, War of the Worlds will be old hat. So unfortunately, I know a lot of people were interested in seeing the War of the Worlds layout. It's one of those things. It will hopefully have a life at Bolton Model Railway Club. Let's have a look. Paul Hinder, 73 in Network Southeast. I only have a Rail Blue class 73. Again, another great Daypole model. Mark Holt says, Jenny, tried double heading the other week. It wasn't a walk in the park. On my Gauge Master Prodigy Express, I can't get it to generally work, it has to be said. Midnight Trans says, hi Jenny, really enjoying the live stream. Do you find double heading different model locomotives on DCC difficult? Definitely yes. The Gauge Master is a little bit notorious for it, has to be said. Jonathan Wilson, it's my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. This is my first live stream. Welcome along. Bit bummed out about Alexandra Palace because I was going to be going to that. Yeah, there's a lot of us who were planning on going, and it is a shame. But it will be back bigger, better, stronger next year. So really looking forward to that. I just hope that they invite me again. We're down to go with War of the Worlds. And actually as a team, Les Cliff unfortunately has health issues, recovering with leukemia. So low immune system, so he had to pull out. Stefan Nilsson, coming from Sweden, couldn't travel because of the travel restrictions. So he had to pull out. And then both myself and Simon A.C. Martin have issues with lung damage caused by illnesses in the past. So we actually pulled out about half an hour before they announced it was cancelled, which I felt a little bit embarrassed by, it has to be said. New Mills Model Railway says TARDIS. Yes, the TARDIS does move around. It's one of those fun things. You can have minutes of fun on any model railway with the Doctor Who TARDIS. Stefan Jones, thanks for picking a Q1. You're absolutely welcome. It's actually stretching its legs quite nicely. I'm going to stop the Class 57 because it's shed a detailed part which I need to fix. And I'm going to do that before the little handrail goes walkabout. So, yeah, it's one of the handrails on there. So, just bear with me. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a wee dab of glue on it, I think would be the way ahead. So, come here, you. And you're probably going, PVA? But actually, it doesn't really matter too much. I just want the tiniest of quantities. And this is just to stop it from falling out again. This is where it gets. Let me get a pair of tweezers. So just enjoy the train whilst I shimmy about on the floor. So let's just try and. I actually see better close up without my glasses. Whoa! Apparently my glasses are conductive. That's one to chalk down to experience. Who knew? Right, easy. So there we are, just fix that handrail back on. Right, anyway, where do I put my glasses? Put the glue away before I spill it. Right. Oh, that's better. Right, what should we put on next? People were asking for Class 73. I do remember that in the list. So, I haven't run my Class 73 for an awfully long time. So, let's get her out. Unfortunately, one of the little niggles with the Daypol Class 73, which does appear to be something of a design oversight, is that the cab lights permanently come on DCC. There appears to be no way to change that. So loco 7324, enter. Yeah, on the face of it, there is no way whatsoever to turn the cab lights off on a Daypol 73 on DCC. Oh, he's got dirty wheels. It's that was a bit of a dead start. I think just need to clean some track over here. So. Oh, it's not a happy bunny. Once the train's gone through, let us clean that track. It's amazing, isn't it? As soon as you want to clean the track, every single blooming train on the layout decides to descend on this very spot. Right. Hopefully, might do a little bit better. Oh, it's getting warm up here again, and then turn that fan back on. Oh, that is lovely. Right, Tony, right, Jenny, could you could drill holes in the funnel steam locomotives to help dissipate the Dakota heat, ditto diesel exhaust. This is a tip from Fishplate Films. Yeah, there's ways and means. Quite often, I like to site the Dakota quite close to the chassis block and actually use that as one big heat sink. Adams Railway, it was almost as good as my suggestion that 3 Class 20s will become a Class 60. J94, hasn't a new B12 got released recently? I believe you're right, actually. I believe you are absolutely right. Starting to drop off on the number of people in the channel, still 189. So don't forget to share this stream, let people know that we are live and kicking. So let's have a different camera angle, just for a change. It's actually quite a nice one, shows off the scenery. Mark Wilson, Jenny, if you could start again on your layout, would you change anything? Yes. There's one particular bit of track work that I really wished I'd have put in, and it is a loop which would go I guess there's two things. I wished I'd have added the means for a fifth track to go all the way round, and also a loop round underneath the top of the fiddle yard and back round, which would effectively have made a figure of eight, utilising, if I bring up the shot, figure of eight, which would have utilised this bridge. But I think the ability to run 5 trains simultaneously was a missed opportunity. Basically, the bottleneck is where you see the mountain cam. So where you see this, the bottleneck is down there. There's 3 tracks on the bottom layer and 1 at the top. And it would have been fairly simple to have added a 4th track going round on the lower level to match up and effectively utilise some of the extra lines through the fiddle yard itself. Let's have a look. West Coast Central Railway, the coronavirus might grind the world to... I think it already has, to be honest. Ronald Morritt says, Jenny, where did you get that little TARDIS from? This is actually a Hornby Scaledale TARDIS. I'll put it onto the scene which the camera's on at the moment. Yeah, it's Hornby Scaledale, and it's only about £4.99. Admittedly, I bought it probably about 6 or 7 years ago, but look out for them. They do get released a lot. I think they're a good seller for Hornby, and I'm guessing that a lot of people buy them other than just railway modelers. But let me just go and place that. Let's see. It's a bit wonky. So there we are. There's a TARDIS now in the foreground of that shot. But I don't glue it down. I don't actually use it as a police box because Doctor Who fan represent Whovian. So I just find it kind of fun to move it around the layout. I could be tempted by another one, maybe have a couple of Doctors, a 2 Doctors episode maybe. Mark Holt says, why did you choose the Prodigy over the Power Cab? I'm always surprised that New Junction gets away with a Hornby Select. I chose this because effectively I swapped a Bachmann Class 55 in 2-tone green, number 55002, for this, which, given that I paid, I think I paid £50 for the Class 55, I thought that was a bit of a bargain. That Class 73 is really struggling there, so, and people asked for a Class 20, so what we're going to do is when that comes back round, let's swap it out for a Class 20. And in fact, the Class 20 I'm going to swap it for Waterman Railways Black, just for a change. So that's going to be the next loco to go round. Let me just move a few bits and pieces around. I need to put... Ooh! Fell out now as a couple of hooks. Let me just... Oh, come here, you. Go in there. Right. So, when that comes round, unfortunately, I think it's just got dirt on the pickups. I need to clean the pickup. But I've also got an issue on the scissor crossing over there, which, yeah, I think the problem with this is for whatever reason, some of the pickups aren't quite working as they should. So, let's just put that up there, out of the way, and fix this. It just had a coupling hook parachute off. I don't know why that should be, but that is really annoying. I hate it when this happens. Then it won't go back on, and you think, hold on. Came out easy enough, so why didn't it go back on? Come on. There we are. Let's give that a dusting. It's quite a dusty one, this 72XX. which is again another Hornby locomotive that got a bad reputation, but actually they did fix a lot of the issues that had crept in with their ill-vaunted design clever. I think the thing that Hornby made the biggest mistake on was actually telling people about design clever. I think they made a rod for their own backs doing that, in all honesty. There were some great ideas behind the principle, but by telling people they set themselves up for a fall. Okay, so class 20 is now going round. Let's see if that makes it over the scissor crossing. See, that just went over absolutely fine. Right, J94, I have a GB Rail Freight Class 20 made by Bachmann. They have actually produced, Bachmann have and Hornby have in that livery. There's a lot of different liveries as well. It's a pretty good model. Midnight Trance, have you ever owned a BT well tank model and do you recommend them? Yes and yes. Somewhere up here, let me just look for it. Where are you? BT well tank. Oh, where is it? There it is. I do have a BT well tank, and I can recommend them. They were designed by Daypole, later on made by DJ Models, but essentially what you're looking at is a Daypole model, but with, I think, commissioned by Kernow Model Centre. Let me just try and... That's really going at some, isn't it? Let's just slow that down a little bit. So yeah, I can recommend that. Alan Bevan, have you any Southern Region suburban stock from the 1950s? I've got an awful lot of Mark 1s in Southern Region green, it has to be. So I'm going to change that 25 as well. That 25 is struggling. Now somebody asked for a class 37. So, oh, it's a really bad spot for it to stop actually to get access to the loco. I'm going to put a 37 on the breakdown train. So, when that comes round, people who are asking for the class 37, you will get your wish. Let's just change some of the angles. The angle of the dangle. That class 20 seems determined to shoot away at a massive rate of knots. But I'm going to swap that class 25 for a 37, and we'll see how that copes. It is skidding a bit. I think, unfortunately, for whatever reason, there's a bit of oil got on the track. Probably when I lubed up the vent fans, and that is causing a few issues. Yeah, I mean that's now at maximum speed. I can hear it skidding just a little bit, and yeah, that's takes a lot to make a Bachmann 25 skid. Here, come here, you. Right. So I'm going to put you on the track over here, out of the way, and I'll put the 28 up here. Where is that 37? Oh no, 37. Gotcha. So, let's just see how much. There's not actually a huge amount of resistance, it has to be said. Right. 3716 will be its number. So we'll go 3716. So you'll hear that going around with sound. It's got a train, no, not a train, I meant to, a Soundtracks budget decoder. It's about £60. Let's see if we can we get ahead of it and see it as it comes round. I will mute it though, because the sound can get a little bit much after all. So there we go, 37. For all those people who are asking for a 37. Colin Williams, does the Gauge Master not support consisting multiple locos? It does, but I struggle to get it to work. Hi D827 Kelly, welcome back. Melchester Model Railway, Jenny, there's no brake van at the end of your train of brake vans. I think we've already established that there is actually a brake van at the end. It's that one. Patrick Furlong, Jenny, would you like a Dalek for the layout and happy birthday? Sorry to those in chat who have seen it a few times. Actually, a Dalek, if you can do a Dalek in 00, then yes. What I really like is a Dalek, a Cyberman, and Doctors. The Doctors that I'd love to have would be John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Sylvester McCoy, and Patrick Troughton as well. But would you have to do Patrick Troughton in black and white? Paul Hinder, Class 76 EM1 and 77 EM2. I do have a Class 76. I don't have the Class 77. Adams Railway, yippee. I knew you'd be happy. Fat Wallet Boy 2. Some Growler action. Yeah, DH7 Kelly, absolutely right, and I haven't done that reading, it must be said. Deltic Junction says, can we see Nimbus? Yeah, Mike O'Brien, I have the Gauge Master Prodigy Advance and it's a bit of a faff to do. I have tried it. I did succeed once, but I'm not quite sure what I did that was different from what I did other times when it didn't work. So, here is Nimbus, a Bachmann model, first release, and currently she has brass buffers on one end. For some reason, buffers just disappeared, fell off, no idea where they went, never found them. So at the moment, there's a pair of brass buffers, which are actually spares from Hornby 00, would you believe it? And they're waiting to get painted. But that is my Class 55 production Deltic. Which there's something about the Bachmann model. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just never quite gels for me. The DP1, the Deltic prototype, is an amazing model. But the production Deltic, I don't know what it is. Alright, let's try some different camera angles. Flymo Chairman 1. Colin Baker was after Sylvester McCoy. No. It was William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, and then there's a whole bunch of new ones as well. Patrick Furlong. I'm a major Whovian as well, Jenny. There's a lot of us about, but in my view, Doctor Who ended with Survival in 1989. The Doctor Who TV movie with Paul McGann was badly done, and all of the new Who I just can't get into. Yeah, D87 Kelly. Whovians represent. So how are we doing? Don't forget to like, share the channel. Oh no! Oh no! It keeps doing that, and I think it's just broken another lightning cable. So let me just... Apparently it's not broken, but it's taking a pounding. That is the second time in as many days as that it's done that. And it's really starting to get on my nerves. Hold on, I've just got a communique from... What are you doing? What the heck's going on? Train was racing round and now suddenly it isn't. How strange. Mark Holt says Doctor Who ended when Peter started regenerating a few years ago. Never seen it since. It's I guess it's a childhood thing. You know, you have the Doctor that you grew up with, and then there comes a point where it's like, but you're sullying my childhood. Deltic Junction, they sound better with the Lego Man Biffo sound file. Definitely, I think he's considered to be the Rolls Royce of sound files. Certainly got a very big range. The problem is, it's very expensive as well. Swindon 1969. I know what you mean. I don't know whether it's Jodie Whittaker or really poor storylines and enough assistance. I think it's bad scripts. The actors themselves are good actors. I've seen Jodie Whittaker in other things, and she's very, very good. But there's only so much you can do with a rubbish script. Melchester Motherwell, just kind of 54 breakdowns on that train. Absolutely right. It was one of those things that the Q1's starting to misbehave itself. There's a video on YouTube. Sam's Trains did a video about the world's longest breakband train. So I thought I would smash the number that he did. He did 23. I've done 54. Mark Wilson, gotta go, me duck. Need to camp out at Morrison's for bog roll. I'm bursting. Oh well, you should be all right. There isn't actually a bog roll shortage. There's just lots of people buying up loads. But once they're stacked out with bog roll, there's still plenty of bog roll to go around. And actually, right at the moment, Andrex shares are probably a good thing to have. D87 Kelly, there are 3D printed Daleks on Shapeways. Yes, 3D printing. If you want it, it is there. Now, I was looking at the time. We're going to be rounding off in the next probably 15 to 20 minutes. But it's been great having you company. Actually, we're going back up. 192 in the chat. It's great to see you all. And basically, as I said before at the beginning of the stream, what we're going to be trying to do over the next few weeks, verging into a few months, we're going to get the community to pull together live streams, live train watching sessions. I know there's a few other channels doing stuff as well. And on Saturday, I'm hoping to be doing a big session hopefully with Rail to Sheffield, if that all comes to fruition. And there will be some special offers as well if they are able to organise that. So do stay tuned for that. Yeah, Deltic Junction. Looking forward to the new Acura Scale Deltics. I am too. I don't know when they're due out, but it's certainly one I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Swindon 1969. I see a future where people are sitting on mounds of loo roll and tons of sanitizer. Yeah, absolutely. Stefan Jones, are there any GWR slip coaches for double O gauge? Not entirely sure that there are. I don't think so. But certainly, that might be a nice thing to have, like with maybe a centrifuge clutch and DCC motor controls. You can actually drop it from the back of a train and sort of coast it to a stop. Might be an interesting idea. Midnight Trance asking if we can swap the 1366 for the BT well tank, just in case it's overheating. Right, okay, well when it comes round, and this will be the last locomotive change, so that's 1640 I think is the, not doing too bad on temperature, but oh no, that's, which one's 1640? I have no idea which one that was. Here, come back, you. Oh, it's got that sort of inertia and stuff, so it's like, come on, come back, and it's just going, I'm going to slow down ever so slowly. Right, let's have a look. Not doing too bad. Let's get the BT well tank. Where did I put it? Oh, there you are. I'm not sure how much of a train the BT well tank will actually handle, if truth be told. So 3086. 36. Nowhere near as many wagons as the other one could handle, so take that off. Okay, that should hopefully work. So, let's go that camera angle. That seems a bit jerky. Let's just slow that down a little bit. So there's the BT well tank. You'll see it coming round just alongside me in a bit. The back EMF needs a bit of a tweak because it's racing down that hill. Right. Oh, and then it seems to have, doesn't like pulling very much. It doesn't have a huge haulage capacity, but do bear in mind that it's running up and down a 4% grade, which is pretty steep. So it's a beautiful little thing. I do need to get a track cleaning wagon, I think. Right. How are we doing on time? Sean Millard, I wish I can own one of your engine myself. If you could have one on sale one day. As a rule, I never sell stuff. I have been persuaded in the past by close friends, and I generally regret it afterwards because I think, oh, actually, I could do quite like that model. And so, as a rule, none of my stuff ever comes up for sale. Flymo Chairman 1, Sean, we all wish that. Oh dear. Yeah, DH7 Kelly. In reality, it would only pull 2 coaches. Yeah, and you got to remember, it's going up and down on a 4% grade, and that is actually quite testing for any locomotive, especially this bit round just off screen here, because it's a 4% grade on a reasonably steep curve as well, which is never the best. So how are we doing? Yeah, everything's running. Colin Williams says, good night all time for my medication marathon. Look, you take really great care of yourself. It's been great to have your company, and hopefully we'll be seeing you again shortly. I'm going to start rounding off, so we start with the goodbyes. We've gone through all the news and that. But stay tuned, and I will be letting you know about what's happening in terms of hopefully Saturday's special live stream, the antidote to the cancellation of Alexandra Palace. And just, you need to all take great care of yourself, really, in this day and age. We live through interesting times. Yeah. Oh, Mark Holt says, I've got Jenny on a big telly too. Oh yeah, Fat Wallet Boy too. I heard about that. The couple of gougers. They're being prosecuted in Tennessee because what they didn't count on is that there's a law in Tennessee that prohibits price gouging on any product during a state of emergency. So they didn't count on that one. Mark Holt. I sold my Princess Elizabeth to fund my move to London. I think I'll have to buy the new Hornby one to replace it. Right. I'm starting to lose my train of thought. I'm getting quite tired. So, look, it's been great to have you all on. Really great to have your company. It's always good to do this on the Jenny Monday Club, the real community. I've thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and I feel really honoured that you've chosen to spend your Monday evening up here with me on Weir Yard, and hopefully we've got a few interesting camera angles going on. It's, let me see, we haven't had that camera angle for a while. So, hopefully the setup up here is a lot better. I mean, gosh, do you remember the days when we used to wing it in Zoe's office? How much we've come on since then. So until next time, you take really good care of yourself. And also big thank you to everybody who donated on Super Chat. That is amazingly generous of you guys, and they're going to be putting that towards there. I know I jokingly said the Jenny needs a new Class 56 fund, but it could be a 9F. It could be a B12 actually. That was another one that suggested that is on my radar. So really big thank you to all the really super generous people who do that. Don't forget as well that you can find my books over on allmousemedia.com, and you can pick up copies of my books. And you can also find me over on Patreon. Support me on there if you so choose to. And Teespring has the Jenny Monday Club mugs. We haven't brought them out for a while. I must dig them out. But it's been really good having your company, and you all stay safe and comfy. J. Paul Anderson says, thanks, Jenny. Stay safe and comfy. See you on another one. Night all to It's Your Bro, Sean Gill. Mike O'Brien, night to you. Sean Millard, be safe all. Flymo Chairman says, now the sound improves. Good night, everybody. And thank you for joining me. I always feel really honoured that you all choose to come and hang out on the Monday Club. But look, until next time, you take really good care of yourself. If you haven't already tickled the like button, don't forget to do that. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Turn it off.